Welcome back. So it's just me. There might be someone else joining us. There might not be. Don't depend on people. I want to say go Arsenals. I also want to say this. I can bring things up by myself, Mr. Rochi. Watch. Okay, maybe. Maybe sometimes. Okay, here we go. Open. Okay, so I want to talk about this. This is crazy. And when Rochi comes, I love you, Rochi. I'm just being playful. Okay. We will discuss it more. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not great at small talk. I think most of you know that. There's a man that cut his member off, then lit it on fire. Okay, let me start over. Let me clear my throat. There's a man that lit his penis on fire. I wish I'm making this up. He lit his penis on fire, cut it off. I'm sorry, cut it off first, lit it on fire, and then blew up. He's charged for arson because he blew up his mom's garage.
Erupted at midnight, the glow searing through cracked windows in a quiet Fort Wayne garage.
Wait,
Neighbors heard nothing but splintering metal and gasoline fumes. A single hand, no other body, cut an impossible distance on flesh. He set that severed piece ablaze with 4 lighters. No one expected this. Why did he do it? To answer that, we must travel back 2 months. It began when a family member vanished without a trace.
Okay, so this is the worst case scenario clip, but because Rochi and the Arsenals, the whole conspiracy. Love you, Rochi. Mean it. Get your ass over here. Okay, so let me just, if you guys are just getting here, there's a man that cut off his penis. Imagine just cutting your finger off, okay? Imagine anything like this. It's not like a nice thing to do. I would imagine you would go into shock. But you cut off your finger or your freaking penis, and then you're holding it and you put gasoline and you light it on fire to, I know this is the worst case scenario video. You can blame Rochi. I just found it and downloaded it really quickly. Thank you. What does it say? Hi. Funeral director. Oh my God, you're the best. So, okay. I still can't get over this. As bad as this video is going to be, it's going to be fine.
Leaving only a broken kitchen knife. The knife's edge glinted in the...
I was wondering what he used. X-Acto knife. That's what I was trying to say to someone earlier. I was like, I don't care if it was a machete, an X-Acto knife, which is kind of like a razor blade. It pretty much is. Whatever it was, he dismembered himself. And then he took that appendage and lit it on. What?
Dark, as if holding a secret. And then someone called 911, shouting about a stabbing in the garage. Firefighters arrived to find a smoking wreck and an empty house. But the real shock was finding a man standing beside the flames, breathing hard. He told officers he'd been attacked downtown, but no one could confirm that story.
I'm very fucking confused. What are these like women? Is that like an advert? Okay, we're just gonna get rid of this. It'll just be me. Remove. Okay, let me just say this for the 3rd time because I still can't believe it when I'm saying it. Hi, I love you. I can't believe I'm saying it. A man took a knife, cut off his man part, lit it on fire, and was charged with arson for lighting his grandmother's garage on fire. I can't wrap my head around it. Is that Rochi?
His lie cracked under police scrutiny, and his confession followed quickly. The next question, what pushed him towards self-mutilation? A forensic psychologist suggested deep emotional turmoil.
I'm gonna go like this. and you can see the things that I can do. Rochi has the better clip, but Rochi is watching the Arsenals, who I already know are winning. What's this one? John Legend, Pusha T. I didn't have that one planned. Okay, I'll play this. How about that?
This one's for Ashley Cummins. Yeah. The other sister carving her own path. Let's ride! Let's ride. Yoga mat warrior, always getting twisted. They took her favorite speed, left her in the dust. In a stable, but not stable, that's a hard trust bus. World's on fire, relationships a hot mess. She's pouring real tea while spilling her own dress. Earl Skakel cracking up, Rochi in the mix. H-man spitting wild, she keeps it legit.
Hush that fuss, Ashley's coming through, move to the front of the bus. Do you wanna vibe and laugh with us? We the type of people that make the podcast nuts. Hush that fuss, she's the real deal, speaking her mind for us.
It's a beautiful day.
Hey, 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 hey.
Ashley's in the house.
Good vibes today.
She won't hesitate to clap back when it's earned, but mostly here for laughs. Your bad takes get burned. Word events got a side eye in the news. Bad dates, honey, she's got better shoes. Family drama, yeah, we all got our scars. Hers just Winnie's and lives in fancy cars. Come vibe with the crew, no scripts, pure cap. Ashley Cummins podcast, put that on the map, or at least YouTube.
Unbreakable.
See, I'm getting good at this. Wouldn't everyone agree? And yeah, Rochi, I mean, 10 minutes, 10 hours. I'm not sure I care at this point. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. All four of you. The things that I wanted to go over today that I prepped with Mr. Rochi, and let me just guess, the Arsenals will win because they usually do, right? I want to talk about the couple that climbed the Empire State Building spire. That's an interesting word, spire. I'll get into that. So the couple that climbed the New York State Building, the man that cut off his penis and set it on fire. Wait, guys, this is where I keep getting like twisted about it. So he cut it off. I mean, I have questions. Did he numb it first? Was there like drugs involved that he was on? Like, I don't think a sober person could do this, period. But I certainly don't think a sober person could do this and then be like, whatever, Rochi, honestly. And I don't think that they could do it. Like, I don't know. Any men out there want to chime in on this? This is literally one of the most insane things in my lifetime I think I've ever heard. And like, I don't know. 5 people I've spoken to in the last week are like, "Wait, what happened?" I'm like, "This guy in Indiana cut his penis off and then put it in his hand and put gasoline on it and lit it on fire." So, okay, let's just go back to Lorena Bobbitt because I think this is relevant. Lorena Bobbitt Lorena Bobbitt ah! See? Lorena Bobbitt yeah, I removed it. Lorena Bobbitt, if you guys are not familiar, Lorena Bobbitt was very upset with her husband. Circa someone help me out, 1994, 93. I think it was before I was in high school, um, or during. She cut off her husband's penis. Does anyone remember Lorena Bobbitt? Hi, Dill Dog. Huh? What? Yeah. Okay. So if you guys don't know this, I have to tell you. I've said it 3 times already, but I still can't get over it. Let me just finish with Lorena. Lorena Bobbitt is a woman in the 90s who cut her husband's penis off while he was asleep. I believe while he was asleep. I could be wrong. Anyone can correct me. Bottom line is she found out he was cheating. I think that's why she was upset and she cut his penis off. John Bobbitt. That was his name, John Bobbitt. Stop writing, Rochi. Just get here. John Bobbitt was her husband. They were able I remember hearing this part, and this is stuff that no one should hear when you're, like, 13 years old. I remember hearing that Lorena Bobbitt cut off her husband's penis. I remember hearing that part. And then this was even more that was disturbing enough, not something that I feel like kids should know about, period. Lorena Bobbitt cut her husband John Bobbitt's penis off. So that happened. But he was able to sew it back on. And I remember being like, "Wait, hold on. Hold on. Just take a beat. Everyone take a beat." So it was all over the news. And I feel like I was like 14. It was like not an age I should have even known about this. Think about that. Why is the news with shit like that, excuse my language, available to children? That shouldn't even be a thing. I remember I was 14 years old. I was like, "Wait, hold on." Because I'm still trying to get over the fact that somebody's penis got cut off, right? And I'm still 14 or 15 or something. And then the whole next story was that they found the penis. I think she might have put it in a plastic bag. Can anyone help me with these facts? She might have put it in a plastic bag, which was thoughtful enough, right? I mean, but they sewed it back on. John Bobbitt got remarried. I can't. I can't, but I will. Okay, so let's start from the beginning, shall we? John Bobbitt's penis was cut off by his wife. And I guess his wife put it in a plastic bag, or he was able to get in touch with emergency service. Whatever happened, they sewed his penis back on, which left me with a lot of questions a 14-year-old should not have, in my opinion. I was like, what? I learned that a dick can be sewn back onto a body before I learned that a finger could be sewed back onto a body. That doesn't make any sense. Because now, like, there's a show, Euphoria. There's a couple shows where it's like people, I don't know, it's like mafia style stuff, right? And people's things get cut off, and they, I forget what movie they like put his finger, they cut off his finger and they put it on ice, and they like leave the finger with the ice on the bag, and it's a nice thing. They were like, "Oh, you're very nice to do that," whatever it is. So his member was sewed back on. I don't know the exact procedure, okay? I can't. A lot of this is very difficult for me to even think about. So let's skip for that's 1996, 95. Someone can tell me. Let's skip forward to 2026 this past week. A man cuts. Okay, this part I'm still trying to get past, but I think I figured it out. I think he had to have either had like numbing cream or he was on drugs or a combination, but he cuts it off. It's a fucking strong move. That's like a move. I mean, that's a move. He cuts it off. That still doesn't put him in a state of shock where he's like, I don't have a thing anymore. No, he grabs it in his hand, douses it with gasoline. I'm trying to, like, in my head, I'm trying gasoline. Do you guys remember that song? It's not funny. It's dark. Puts it in his hand, puts gasoline on it, and then lights it on fire to piss off his mom because he's mad at his mom. What's happening with men? What literally? Good boy, Hondo. Thank you for that. Literally, what's happening with men where somebody would do that? Okay, so the only thing I can kind of compare it to, and you can blame Rochi for how sideways this is gonna go. It's his fault. Just kidding. Let's pretend I had big boobs. Thank you guys. I love you. Let's pretend I had big boobs and I'm not just wearing a bra, which is what's happening. I don't know, cutting off one of my, like, my mom used to call them mosquito bites. Cutting off one of these and being like, I mean, I'm sorry, it's just too insane. It's too insane. Ashley, you're gorgeous. Are you single? Yes, I am. And sometimes I wear a bra. Thank you for asking. Hi, Constantine. Hi. Adeptus, how are you feeling? Mwah, mwah, mwah. So if I were to cut, okay, let's just make it a clean cut. Because my lack of breasts that are held up by a bra once in a while isn't a great analogy. Okay, so let's just make it a clean cut. Let's say it's my finger. So I'm gonna cut my finger off. I would never do that. I would never harm myself. Like, who would harm themselves at all? That's the first thing. But secondly, as a man, and I really wanted to talk to Rochi about this, but Rochi's busy, so there is that. Adaptus, I love you. I wanted to go back and forth with a man, but I'm sure some of you guys have members still, hopefully. I don't make this a trend. I cannot talk about this again. So you cut off your when John Bobbitt got married, he cut the cake. I think he was cheating. I'm pretty sure he was cheating, and that's what happened. And she got really upset. Hold on. I feel like I missed a super chat. I'm so sorry. I'll go back up. I think that that's a great joke, but I think that she caught him cheating, and she was so upset that in his sleep, she cut off his I'm like, dick, penis, and then I'm like, member? Like, I don't even know how to talk about this. It's so insane. So, John Bobbitt was fine. I'm pretty sure she had the mafia manual and she put his dick on ice. They were able to sew it back on. This guy, to my knowledge, was not going through transition or anything else. He cut it off and wanted to make sure he would never be able to sew it on. And also, like, what was happening with him and his mom that he was like, had to send a message like, Mom, not only am I burning your garage down, I'm using my gasoline on fire penis that I just cut off my body to do it. Like, that's a very strong message. It's very intense. Would you guys ever, like, can you guys ever even think of a situation where you'd be so upset that you would do that? So that happened, and I'm surprised how many people don't know about it. I don't watch the news. I don't like I see things in algorithms and stuff like that, like or because of algorithms rather. Um, Roshi, stop texting me. Just show up or don't. I don't care. I'll just do this by myself. But he does have the clips. Okay. So I think we're done with that. I'd like to hear you guys' feedback. I think it's absolutely, thank you. I think it's absolutely insane that a person would do anything to their bodies. I mean, but again, it's like, I can say this, like, sorry, my throat chakra got a little bit tight. I've done things like, for example, anorexia is not something that's great for your body, right? That is a way of, even though it comes from a different place, um, it's something that I participated in that wasn't nice to my body. But would I ever take a knife to my what? And cut I'm sorry, the whole thing. Like, I keep getting stopped at the part where he cuts it off. There has to be a documentary on the way, right? I just keep getting brain fucked where he actually cuts it off and looks at it. I just thought of something. Maybe it was very, very small. Maybe it was very, very small. Oh, look who decides to show up.
Talking about, I'm watching the football.
I know.
England I know. Why are you saying Arsenal are playing? It's England. What the fuck?
I thought the Arsenals were playing.
No. Arsenal are the club side, England are the national side. It's the World Cup. Come on, Ashley. You're smarter than this. Also, I thought you weren't going to talk about Dario and the fact that he would cut off his penis.
I didn't mention Dario, but I'm going to cut your penis off if you don't behave. I didn't mention Dario. What are you talking about?
You were talking about a man that would cut off his penis. Clearly, that's the sort of thing that guy would do, right?
I mean, I don't agree with you necessarily. You would have to ask him that yourself, Rochi, quite frankly. Would you ever cut your dick off?
No, I'm not a fucking psychopath.
I would cut your dick off.
Yeah, and clearly you're a psychopath.
No, I wouldn't cut your dick off. Can you imagine? Did you hear about this story before I told you?
Yeah, because I did the edit. It's the first clip we've got on the video that I'm sharing.
I'm saying, are they talking about it in the UK?
No. The first I heard from it was you sending me the video clip. It's the first I ever heard of it.
I'm sorry, is it not one of the more wild stories you've heard lately?
Yeah, also, like, I don't know what the American education system is like, but surely if you want to start a fire, a penis is not the go-to thing to use as an igniter, you know?
It's not even that flammable. Like, the dude had to put gasoline on it, Rochi, and then light it on fire. But I just figured, I think I know why. What if it was very small? So here's a theory. He was so upset his whole life because he had like a micro penis, like a very small penis. He was very upset.
Yeah.
And also, he was probably upset with his mom. Who knows? You know? And it's just too weird and symbolic. Like, can you imagine cutting your penis off and holding it in your hand and dousing it with gasoline and then lighting it on fire?
No, I can't imagine that. It's strange. Also, like, how is that to get back at your mother? Like, how's that work?
Well, that's the theory. I mean, that's what they're saying. They're saying, well, because he was charged with arson. Thank you. I love it. Are you laughing about the arson part? Are you laughing?
Yeah. What's got you laughing today?
Can you read that?
Do you want to read that? Do you want to read that, or do you want me to read it?
You read it.
All right.
Does it have to do with puppies?
Thanks for the $5. Thank you for your work with the mentally diminished, Rochi. I believe that's what that says. What?
Rochi, thank you. You know, I am mentally diminished, so I do appreciate you
Yeah, at one point, were you literally holding up that dress from the back?
Up my dress?
Your dress. You had your arm behind your back, and I thought you were trying to hold
my. I'm not used to bras. I was pulling my bra down. Like I went like that.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, there's the video clip.
Rochi's really good with retards. What is it? Retard? Love you, mean it.
The video clips there, if you want to play it in regards to this AI slop thing you sent me of this guy cutting off his penis. What state is he in? Apart from the state,
Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana. Is that a southern state?
It's not a continent, that's for sure. I feel like it's called I thought you were going to say continent. It's not a country either. I feel like it's technically Midwest. So it's like you came to the US once, you went to Vegas, right? So that's Nevada. That's West Coast. Mm-hmm. It's like, I feel like I could be wrong. I feel like it's parallel to Nevada, but on almost East Coast. So it's called the Midwest.
I don't.
6-year-old Indiana man is facing felony arson, and the details are genuinely unlike anything you've heard before. Christopher Peden allegedly walked into his mother's detached garage at 2 a.m. on May 6th, used a kitchen knife to cut off his own penis, poured gasoline on it, and set it on fire.
Wait,
he initially told police he'd been stabbed.
I was like, what did he use? What?
So I said you've got controls of this video. You can pause it and play it whenever you want. So I just said there, a kitchen knife, right? Now,
Rochi,
what would be your what would be your chosen knife of choice, Ashley? Would you use a steak knife? Would you use a butcher's knife? Would you use a bread knife? I mean, the possibilities are endless, right?
Are you saying if I had a penis?
Well, if you're going to cut a body part off of you, what knife would you use?
I would never cut a body part off myself. But by accident, as a kid, like I was doing something in the library, and you know what an X-Acto knife is? Yes, nope. No, maybe so.
No.
An X-Acto knife is basically a razor blade. Like you can use it to like. I was making a collage, all right, and probably you shouldn't give like 8-year-olds X-Acto knives, just FYI. So I was making a collage, and you can use the X-Acto knives for the collages, and they cut off school, or this happened to me a lot when it came to art. I was like, wait, can I just finish my hair in this self-portrait that I'm making? Nope, time to go. Put all your brushes away. And I'd be like, I have a picture. I'll show you. One time they were like, no, time to go. Like, put all your supplies away. Again, I'm not done, bitch. So I remember trying to take the X-Acto knife, just sort of stealing, but not really stealing. Because it's like, I'm going to a private school. I don't know. I'm in 3rd or 4th grade. So I tried to take the X-Acto knife home, and I still have a scar from it. Can you see?
No, Ash, why don't you remove the video and go full screen so everybody can see?
Okay, why don't you stop interrupting me? So I tried to steal the X-Acto knife, and I literally cut my finger, like the top of my finger. Stop being bossy. The top of my finger was like, hey, it was a whole thing. So if I were going to be insane and do something like that, I would use something like an X-Acto knife, or.
So hypothetically, you said you were 8 years old, right? Say hypothetically, unfortunately, you lost one of your digits, you cut off a finger, right? Would you then pour gasoline on it and take it to your mother's garage to set fire to it?
No, Brochi, I'm not a psycho. Calm down.
Downtown, then later admitted he'd been dishonest. He was booked in Allen County nearly 2 months after the incident on one count of felony arson carrying up to 12 years. Bond was set at $10,000, already posted. He's due in court this week to set trial dates. What drove him to that garage remains publicly unknown. We'll keep tracking this one as it moves to trial.
These two audacious climbers are in police custody after a spectacle at the tip of the Empire State Building.
I'll have to rewind that too.
First off, he was charged 2 months after the incident. So Has he been hospitalized for 2 months?
Wait, what do you mean? I thought this just happened like last week.
In that AI slot video that we just played.
No, I paused it.
Yeah,
no.
It said that he'd been
about people putting their penises on fire.
He's in that clip. It said that he'd been arrested 2 months after the incident. Like what? So was he in?
I didn't hear that part until just now.
Yeah. So like, was he hospitalized for 2 months?
That's a great question. Or was he running around with like? You already know. I don't even know how to say it, Roach. Like, was he just running around without?
With just a piss hole. Yeah. There you go. You can say
Does he even have a? I didn't even think about that. Stop. Does he even have that anymore?
I assume like he's still like, I don't know. I don't know. What's weird, Ash, is you brought this to.
The guy didn't even think about this. Wait, how would you pee without a penis hole to pee out of?
Well, Ash, think about it, right? You're still going to have a urethra, right? However, it's just going to be cut, right at the base of the. I don't know. Did he cut it at the base? Did he cut it at the tip?
Great question. I don't have the answer to, but does it matter? Think about that. This guy, I feel like this guy did not think anything through, first of all, because I understand the urethra goes. This is way too intense of a conversation. I understand the urethra is its own thing, but if you he used a kitchen knife, Rochi.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of what he used. Again, I want to know whether
I just can't. I still
steak knife, a bread knife, because again, you're going to get a different cut depending on the cut of the blade. I suppose you could say, right?
Like if I was Lorena Bobbitt, I would use a butter knife. If I was,
what if he used a meat cleaver?
She did.
No, I said, what if you used a meat cleaver? Right, you got a clean cut, but like, nevertheless, it's still dramatic, right?
It's all very dramatic. There's
do you stretch the member out beforehand?
What's
do you get? Do you stretch the member out beforehand? Do you get aroused before you do it? Would you like?
It's a great question too. It's a muscle. Do you cut it while it's erect, or? And also this. I don't know if you heard this part, but like, Rochi, is it even possible to do this to yourself without either like somehow, like, was he a nurse? Did he get local anesthesia and did drugs? Or like, I don't understand how your body doesn't go into shock when you cut your penis off and then you're like holding it in your hand. First of all, visually, I can't imagine that wouldn't fuck someone up. Secondly, it's like you just did that and it's not there anymore. It's in your hand, but you're putting gasoline. So it's well thought out, but also not well thought out. You're putting gasoline on it and then you're lighting it on fire to light your mom's garage on fire. Copy, pretending to understand. Did you think about peeing? Because also, if you really wanted to upset your mom, sorry, there's something I was going to say that against YouTube towards the surface. Wait, what?
What you were going to say to him? If you're really going to piss off your mum, piss
if
on
you're
the
really
toilet
mad
seat?
at your mom,
is that what you're going to say? Yeah.
What?
Were you going to say like for him to piss on the toilet seat? That would make her mad. Is that what you're going to say?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's strange though, Ash, right? Because honestly, you have to be some sort of crazy to do that, let alone, I assume, on some sort of drug. Anyway, enough of that shit. Let's move on to this next clip that you made me put together. I'm extremely annoyed at this because my chosen propaganda over here, this was all over the place. As soon as it was happening in real time, look at this couple's just climbed this fucking building in New York.
Tell me exactly why you're pissed. Also, I don't want to get. I know you have like. Don't you have to go in 30 minutes for the game or something? And come back.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So England won, like I said.
Yeah, England won 2-1 in extra time. Yeah. So the reason why I'm pissed at this is the propaganda I choose to read over here. Not one piece said, "What an attention-seeking pair of cunts."
Okay. So I did a little research on them. They did. Mm-hmm. Did you see that they had a Netflix documentary before this happened?
I wasn't aware of that, but I assumed that they had help because it was everywhere, and I mean fucking everywhere. Like every newspaper over here, every news site, even Twitter and like Facebook, I assume, but I don't use Facebook. But it was everywhere straight away, and I went, that means they want everybody to see
something behind it.
Yeah, which means somebody pushed them, and like you just said, Netflix. So maybe Netflix went, "Hey, look, let's do this. Yeah, you do this stunt, and we'll put it on our social medias and push this forward," because that's a thing that's happening quite a lot, especially in this country, who are trying to make YouTube promote the BBC and ITV to us English people.
Have you seen your Waymos yet? They came to find you.
The fuck is a Waymo?
Oh, you're so cute. Remember you said that they'll never have driverless cars in London? They're there now.
Oh yeah, Waymo, yeah. Sorry,
they call it like Waygo, or they named it something else now.
The name is so absurd to me. I've not even remembered it. If
like,
you had said Tesla, I would have gone, "Oh yeah, driverless taxis." It's weird, isn't it?
But Tesla's different than Waymo. Remember, like Waymo. If the lovely lady Doom is here, the lovely lady Doom knows. I think Tesla is actually self-driving from a computer, and I think Waymo and whatever they named the ones that they sent to England are called like I feel like it starts with a W. Yo, do you know what happened with the Waymo recently?
Go on.
Kids are in a Waymo. Okay, they're not driving. They're not drunk driving. Let me ask you a question, Rochi. When you get drunk and you're not supposed to drive, or your friends and you get drunk and you're not supposed to drive, what do? You get
a taxi, right? Or you get somebody that's sober to drive you, right?
Uber, right? Yeah. Because that's a responsible thing to do. These kids got a Waymo, which is supposed to be, this happened in LA, supposed to be same as an Uber, right? The Waymo detected alcohol on their breath, pulled the car over, and called the police. And they were arrested, not for drunk driving, but
were they underage?
Public drunkenness? No.
Oh shit! No. Okay, that's weird. That's the sort of thing that would happen over here. Like in America, that's fucking wild. Why are people getting arrested for being drunk?
You're basically and like also they do this like Ubers, Waymos right now. I've only been in one. I think I told you about that. They are cheaper than Ubers because they're competing, right? They're at the stage of like, we want to get business. We've got a lot of bad press. So whereas to go from A to B, an Uber will be like $15, $20. A Waymo will be like $7 to $10, right? That's why a lot of people are taking Waymos now. Everything adds up, right? But no, they literally called the police, told the kids. They weren't kids. They were like 22, but told them that there was a malfunction in the car and then called the cops. But it's like, you can't give them a driving under the influence. They're literally in basically and essentially taxi. Anyway, that was a side note. Tell me, okay, so the first thing I thought as well when I saw this couple climbing the Empire State Building, and I did not know about the Netflix special, which I think is called Climbers or some shit like that. I was like, there's something behind this. Like, as much as I want to believe this couple, it's like they're like, grew up in circus families and like, as much as I want to believe that they just did this through their own volition to spread a message of love and peace, I don't buy it for one fucking second.
It's also funny to me of like, you can play this clip if you want, because it gives you all the fucking
to, but I thought we should talk about it first. I'm trying to have a proper show.
It's right. So it's just astonishing to me. One, we got to believe that this is an actual couple, right? And I don't know them from anything apart from this clip, right? You go, okay, then, so they're a couple. What's the chances of two people meeting that do the exact same thing? It's quite slim, and for them to have the same shared interests, right? It's quite slim, if you ask me, right? I think that isn't the case across the board with like married couples. Yeah. That being said, imagine this, Ashley. Right? You're a female. Yeah. You would like it if a man was to propose to you in a nice and pretty place. you can't tell me that she didn't know that that was going to happen. And in which case, isn't that not as romantic as it should have been?
Yes, 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 yes. I agree with everything that you just said. So I had to look into it. I was like, there's no way. I mean, did you hear about the man that walked on a wire in the 70s over from like, I think the two Twin Towers, if I'm not mistaken? That guy was legit. There was no money behind him. He would, I feel it, Man on a Wire. That's what it's called. The documentary.
Wasn't he a French bloke, right?
I believe he was.
Yeah.
And
because the French are a bit crazy like that. They've got that Spider-Man guy, right? That climbs buildings and shit.
I mean, it's absolutely it's 100% one of the most insane things that ever happened, in my opinion, in my lifetime. Is this guy walking on a rope that was like less than an inch?
Yeah, it was a
from
tension
one Twin Tower to the other. He got in a lot of trouble, by the way. But
well, didn't they have to reinforce that tension wire because of the strong fucking winds that high up?
I know that he did it in different places, just from the documentary. I know he did it in different places. I know that he tried, like at nighttime. I think they like tried it a few times. Like they before they did it, the day they did it, they did some testing, but he didn't not have a what is it called? That thing that would save you. He didn't
have
a
safety net. He didn't have a safety net, and he didn't have a wire to the wire itself, right? He had nothing. He was just
nothing.
A balance beam. Yeah.
There wasn't a safety net. There wasn't a I think there are things that like you can have attached to you. So if you fall one way, like, sorry, what were you saying?
Also, sorry, to get distracted real quick. This Rygod guy, you know, he's a multi-millionaire in cryptocurrency. So $2, I mean, come on, it's piss poor, right?
And so he's gonna be broke soon. Maybe that's why. Yeah, Rygod, that's rude. Don't be rude. But thanks for the 2. Okay, so I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. So Rochi, I had to look into it. Obviously, I was like, "There's no way." I was like, "What is this about?" And their message is like, "You remember what it is?" It's let me give it a shot. Until power understands love before love is before power. Like when power, I got it. When love is respected more than power. No, I don't got it. You got it?
No, of course I haven't got it. I don't read their fucking propaganda. It's something like until the world finds love, there'll be no peace or some bullshit like that. It was
You're close. Until the world puts love in front of power and power behind love.
That's right.
I'll find out right now.
Love overpowers your power or some shit like that, right? Yeah. And
then the world will know peace.
Yeah, no, it was like yeah, you're saying that our power, as in like the New York State, isn't stronger than your power to gain attention. How about this? What happened when you come down that ladder? You got fucking nicked. You got arrested. So power does overweigh your love for the 15 seconds of fucking fame.
I don't know if that was a real arrest. And this is the thought I had to finish before we play the clip.
It had to have been a real arrest. Otherwise, like...
I mean, kind of. But then they, like, released them.
Trespassing, right? Trespassing. That's what you get arrested for, right?
Well, it's a federal building, isn't it? Their tax dollars that pay for it, even though they're Russian.
Yeah, so then that's trespassing, right? Because it's a federal building, right?
No, we're supposed to be able, as American taxpayers, unless I'm incorrect, we're supposed to be able to go to federal public buildings, but I don't think we you can't just go to the White House. I've lived in DC. I was born and raised there. Like, that's supposed to be our house. Anyway, okay, let me just stick to the you're getting me all confused, Rochi. So here's what I'm saying. But I wanted to finish the thought I wanted to finish before you try to bring me in like 10 different directions. So copy. I'm like, there's something weird about this. There's just something weird. It just feels fucking weird. Who are these people and what are they doing out of nowhere? Right? And the amount of attention. Also we don't know how many people have tried to do this or done this, but all of a sudden this couple gets so much attention. Fine. So I looked into it. They have an existing documentary. They were both in like circuses and like she did gymnastics. He did something called, this is an insane thing. It's called roofing. So people do like different. And are you afraid of heights?
Yeah, of course.
I'm terrified of fucking heights.
And what's weird though, Ash, you just said he's into something called roofing. Is that
That's
like
what they're calling it in Russia? It started in like 2020.
All right, okay. So this is a new thing.
It's
I was gonna say, is this
climbing roofs and doing like things like
so it's like parkour, right?
What's
You're
parkour?
familiar with that? That's that French thing of like people basically doing gymnastics and like flips off of infrastructure. Yeah, like you'll have a boardwalk, and instead of somebody using a skateboard to grind a handrail, somebody will just run and jump over that and stuff like that. That's called parkour.
Like
you would have seen it in the
and
Matrix.
stuff like this.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. And also, a few years back, there was a phrase or a craze or whatever you want to call it in the UK of
Maybe
people.
it was the phrase craze.
Yeah, people like getting into like football stadiums and stuff, and like filming it and uploading it on YouTube. But obviously, it's illegal to do that. You know, to get into a sports venue without like permission and shit. So there is like this underbelly thing of people wanting to gain access to places they're not supposed to. Recently, I saw one, and maybe I should send it to you in private. We can't ever show it because it'll dox where I live. But there's an abandoned prison near where I live, and I saw some teenagers break into the abandoned prison and looked around it and uploaded this video on YouTube, which is crazy, right?
I feel like an abandoned prison would be one of the like darkest, like energetically speaking, one of like the darkest places to be at.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. But anyway, I've got sidetracked. Back to this couple. Was it the Empire State Building they climbed?
It was that. It was the spire of the Empire State Building. So it was the top of the Empire.
Oh, the
it
tippy
was the highest
top,
point of the Empire State Building that you can go. So I was like, I got to find out about who these people are. Sure enough, there's a Netflix documentary that came out within the last year. So here are my thoughts. Number one, first of all, I want to say this. Big ups to them. Like, whether you have a Netflix that you're trying to get more views on or not, you climbed the Empire State Building and like, I don't know about the flag. Who fucking knows? Peace is a weird word, especially right now. If you spell it backwards, you might find something, you might not. But I was just like, who the fuck are these people? And they have a Netflix. What do you call it? Documentary, right? Yeah. So, and I watched the first, it was so boring. Rochi was so fucking boring. It was like more boring than you. I'm just kidding. I love you.
Right. Ash, I've got to ask you
here's what I get. I get that it didn't get a lot of attention. Sorry, I just want to finish my train of thought. But I was like, I don't mean to be rude. I hope people enjoyed it. It's called The Climbers. Shout out, whatever. But it was kind of boring. Like, she grew up a circus kid. She didn't get attention from her dad. So she started to climb on rooftops. He grew up and his parents didn't pay attention to him. So he started climbing on rooftops. And then they heard about each other in Russia and they started like climbing rooftops together. Blah, blah, blah. Got it. How did you get to the Empire State Building? This is what I want to know. It's a beautiful image. Irrefutably, it's a beautiful thing to have happened. And even though between the two of you and me, we can't figure out what the fuck the sign says, we will see it soon. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's also like, see what I'm saying? And also, how many little kids are like, not even little kids, but just fucked up people, hopefully not kids, are going to try to do this and hurt themselves.
Well, it's very important.
Great message in that regard.
Well, in that case, Nash, we have a duty to say this. Hey, kids, they climbed on the outside of the Empire State Building, by the way, all the way to the top. So I encourage you all to do that. Now, that's the other thing too, right? So they obviously gained access to the building, took the elevator up, and then just climbed the rest of it. And it's like, you just half fucking heart, whatever. Anyway, I hear myself back.
No. I don't hear you twice, but fix your audio if you have to. Well, they were like the first 15 minutes that I got through of the documentary, they were like breaking into places in Moscow. And they're like, okay, the security's coming. They had to like hide in one place for, I don't know, 15 hours or some shit. Let's see what happens.
Two geniuses climbed to the top of the Empire State Building, the top of the spire.
As news helicopters circled, the man and woman scaled the needle nearly 1,500 feet in the air with no tethers, no net, dressed in black with masks, as millions watched live on TV and online.
It's still available?
Sorry, Ash, can you pause
it?
Yeah, I wanted to pause it, but I was like, we keep talking. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I like how
I'm trying
that.
to figure out what the sign said. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they do display in a minute. You notice that there's like I don't know what you would call it, like steps, like pieces of like.
I've never been to. I mean,
out.
I've never been up and inside the Empire State Building. I believe there's probably an elevator or steps. Oh, you're saying steps to the spire?
Yeah, on the top of where they were hanging on.
I see what you're saying.
There's steps,
yeah,
right?
Like a ladder.
And the person obviously making the report there said, "Are they workers?" Well, clearly a worker has to go up there for some sort of reason, right? So it's not that fucking impressive, is it? If it's already fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's like saying, "Oh, I climbed Mount Everest." Yeah, so did like 10 billion other fucking people already. Like Jesus.
I don't know how many people. That would be a good thing. If you want to look it up, you're welcome to, or anyone in the chat can. How many people have been to the spire of the Empire State Building? Like the tippy top.
Oh, Young Old Vibes has said it in the chat. They have to change a bulb on the top of that, right? Obviously for air traffic, yeah. So
they have to change the bulb.
Yeah. For like, because obviously it's a tall building, right? To warn any aircraft, you know. So yeah, so
that's a very excellent point. Okay, do you want to try one more time before we see what the actual message says?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we have to do it together.
You want me to guess the fucking? I think it's something like.
Okay, go ahead.
Your power won't overpower our love, or something like that. It's some gay message like that.
Until the power. Oh, hold on, I got it. Until the power of love is more powerful than the love of power, the world will not know peace.
How big is this fucking sign?
I feel like I added extra words, but I feel like that was the message.
Just getting onto the scene here now, but I am just a little bit queasy looking at two people that have climbed to the very top of the antenna of the Empire State Building, and they are holding a banner.
They unfurled that banner. It read, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." Building emptied the observation deck.
Close.
Tourists left bewildered.
It's crazy. It's like being in the movies.
Then the couple made their intentions known.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing, but it almost looks like he's proposing to this woman. And now they're kissing, Kimberly. Actually, to share this with you, as bizarre a New York City moment as I've ever seen.
An elaborate proposal preceded by the unfurling of a banner about peace and love at the top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
So this news.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. This news reporter, I understand he's on television. He's got to like use his words carefully. This is the most bizarre thing I've seen in New York.
In the heart of Midtown Manhattan on one of the hottest days of the year, the two embracing. Angelina Nicolaou and Ivan Kuznetsov posting the whole thing online.
Russians.
Vertigo-inducing view from a very small platform, and
Russian.
These images of the proposal, the ring, their fingers intertwined. Nicolaou even texting while atop the skyscraper.
At some point, Angela texted me. She's like, "Hey, look at the window," and I'm like, "What?" And I saw them, and I was like, "This is just insane."
Body camera footage from the NYPD shows what happened next.
Hello? How you doing? Can you just stay where you are?
Specially trained officers, including one who just graduated this week from the emergency service school, intercepted the couple on their descent.
You can't be up here.
All right.
And took them into
Get
custody.
ready to pause it.
Yeah.
He spends over $1 million.
Okay, so I got some hate on Twitter, which it's fine. I'm used to it. I don't give a shit. People are like, Ashley, like, do you know how many people were hurt and put in danger getting them down? And I'm like, no, actually, I don't. And pretty sure if they can get up, I know that it's easier to go down than get up. If they could get up, they could probably get down. So whoever put them set, like, no, I don't actually, but please do enlighten me first. Like, who got hurt? Secondly, what was the last thing you just said?
You said who got hurt, and I forgot the other bit. Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh, about them. Wait, sorry, go ahead.
No, I literally was going to say they got arrested, right? And I don't think anybody got hurt, like appertaining them. If that's the right word. Yeah,
I don't think so either. Yeah. Pretty sure they could just like fly. Let's be real.
Also, Ash, what's hilarious is the reason why I kept that in the clip. They went, "Oh, this guy recently just passed this course like a week ago, and his first job is this." And it's like, okay, that was a little throwaway fucking line, but what has that got to do with? This is clearly attention seeking, and everyone's supposed to go. It's weird, Ash. It's almost like it's. I don't know what the American propaganda is like at the moment, but it's almost as if this was like a feel good love heart story to stop everyone getting annoyed at the fact that
why would they send a dude that has 1 week's training up to this situation? Sorry.
It's almost as if it was fucking
planned.
Yeah, planned ahead, right? Or for example, oh look, these guys are up there. We can see on CCTV. They know what they're doing. Well, this guy's just come out of fucking schooling for this. This is perfect for him because they're not going to be an issue. They're not going to want to jump, which I assume that guy is the reason why he's. I don't know. Would they call them mountaineer police officers in New York? I don't know.
Oh, like rangers?
Yeah, sort of. Like over here, we've got like mountaineering. They're not police officers, but like in Scotland.
Over there? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. In Scotland, they've got like mountaineers that are trained.
Not in Scotland, my friend.
No, of course, but like I don't have any mountains near.
You're not that far from what is it? Glasgow, though, are you? Or Edinburgh?
Were you going to say Glastonbury?
No, I was going to say Glasgow, but I think I was mixing Glastonbury and Glasgow. But I just remember it from London. My brother said it's only a 2-hour train to Edinburgh.
Yeah. Well, and some change.
Okay, let me ask. Let's segue to the next topic of insanity that we have for you today. And thank you guys for being here again. If you had $1 billion, gajillion, $1 million, how much would you spend of it trying to just be young and reverse your age?
You seriously asking me that question?
I am very seriously asking you because I am very seriously expecting a very silly response.
Look at this. Clearly not a fucking dime, right? Clearly not a dime.
What are you talking about? I think you're very handsome. Stop it.
Yeah, but again, I don't put any money into looking like this. This is just natural. This is just the way it is, right? Anyway, so no, I wouldn't spend any money.
Say that again.
This is just natural. It's just the way it is.
You don't put any money into that, Raj?
No, of course not. Of course not. Why would I? I'm not a woman.
I feel like I and a lot of people in LA would be so surprised.
No, that's the issue, right? See, this is the interesting thing of like different cultures, different class systems and shit. You just said there, people in LA, if I said that to somebody in LA, they'll be like, what the fuck? Yeah. No, that's why you guys think
you're too hot and good looking to not be doing anything. Like, who's your doctor?
Right, but this is the thing, right? LA is too up their own arse. They can't even tell whether their farts stink or not, right? And that's an issue, I think, like mentally. Yeah. I generally do. And on the other hand, the one thing, like talking about mental shit, the one thing that I've got, which is, I think, an English issue, which is not giving yourself enough credit, where you Americans have got that in fucking abundance. Anyway.
Are you talking about debt fiat currency? Or are you talking, what kind of credit are you talking about?
I'm not Tosspot Radio. I'm not talking levels here.
Shout out Kaz, we love you. No, I'm saying, like, here's what I'm saying. I think you look great, Roach. That's
Thank you. I appreciate that. Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, so again, this documentary I did happen to see. It's about Bryan Johnson, who I don't think had you heard of him before I sent you the link?
Honestly, I thought Bryan Johnson was that guy that did Tell 'Em Steve Dave, who was a WATP guest, right? So when I saw this video title, I went, "Oh, perfect! This is about somebody I know." Then watching it, I went, "I've never heard of this guy before." So, what is he, Ash?
Rochi, we're like from such different worlds. You're like, "Oh, it's a WATP. What is it called? WA."
Yeah, who are these podcasts? Yeah, WATP.
Right. Yeah, thank you. And I'm like, I wouldn't know anyone from that show. Meanwhile, this guy has a documentary on Netflix, and I get it. The Dabbleverse is like into watching the Dabbleverse. They don't want to watch other things. Copy. I've been in those addictive Dabbleverse phases, but still, I like watching other stuff. So this guy had a documentary. His name's Bryan Johnson. He's never been on WATP. Is that it? WATP. His name's Bryan Johnson, and he's like, when the documentary came out, he's like 60 or 70, but he's reversed his age in the documentary, which I want to say came out in 2021, 22. He's reversed his age, and the way that they calculate his age reversal is like through like his organs and his blood. Dude gets blood tests every day, like da 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 da. Like, I'm exhausted watching this guy make a smoothie. Okay, I can't even understand anything about this person. And yes, go ahead.
So I got to ask you, Ash, right? So you're not a meat eater at all, right? You don't eat any sort of meat, yeah. So therefore, there's certain
lump me with him.
No. What I'm saying is, but there are certain foods that you would have to eat more of to, like, compensate from not having so much. I don't know.
Well, you're just like, I think you're talking more about things like I need more protein. Like I have to have protein.
Yeah, maybe. No, I assume that's the case. I'm not a nutritionist or whatever the fuck. But
wait, you're not? That's so weird. I totally thought you were a nutritionist.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost as if I'm just a retard. Anyway, what's hilarious though, Ash, is I assume that's the case with somebody that doesn't eat meat. With this guy, what I like about this video you sent me, it explains a lot and might actually explain why he's getting the results he's getting, by the way.
Oh, the lack of meat?
No. You
didn't know he was vegetarian too?
No. The what gets revealed in the video.
Okay. So guys,
yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
We're gonna do you like my ponytail?
Yeah, I mean,
do you know the last time I paid for a haircut? Just so everyone knows.
Was it in this century?
Fuck off, Rochi. Okay, so this guy is vegetarian, but I don't I don't eat animals because I love animals. And no shade, like I cook meat for my friends. If Rochi came to hang out in LA, I would cook him meat. Like I cook meat for my dog every day, actually. So I'm not like, I just don't personally eat it, but I know that Hondo's digestive system like needs it. So, and I don't want him to just eat like dry kibble, so I do like whatever. He's been having a lot of hot dogs this week, but I'll switch off from like chicken to beef, whatever. Like I mix it up, right? So I feel like that's better, but I know that he needs it. Like I have a friend of mine from Miami that lives in Singapore now, and she's like, actually my dog's vegan, and I was like, why? I feel like a dog would be miserable being vegan. Why would you make your dog like so our colons, just so you know, are average 12 feet. Your colon is an average, every human is an average of 12 feet. It's like like this. A dog, a wolf, a lot of animals that are made to eat meat, their colons are like just a straight shot. It's just like a tube. I want to finish my feelings about this fucking dude. So he works out every day, 500 times a day. And what I didn't like about the documentary is his son was like, I want to say like 18 at the time. He was going off to college. But I was like, you're not preparing your son at all to be a man or to live in like this world or this planet. Like his son was like, you know, had acne and he was like doing his dad's workouts and doing his dad's smoothies. And this guy is like a billionaire, okay? And he spends his whole life with doctors. Like that's his full-time job, is going to doctor appointments, getting blood tests, getting experimental things to make him look younger, doing different workouts, blah 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 blah. Okay, his name is Bryan Johnson, and there's a Netflix documentary. Sorry, love, what?
Well, Ash, what did he make his money in?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Year trying to reverse his own aging. So why did his body just turn against him? Here's everything we know about what happened to Bryan Johnson, why this diagnosis is such a strange twist for someone this obsessed with health, and what he's now planning to do about it. If you don't know him, Bryan Johnson is the tech entrepreneur behind Project Blueprint, a wildly intense anti-aging protocol that includes dozens of daily supplements, strict measurement of nearly every biomarker in his body, and experimental treatments that have made headlines for years, including plasma transfusions from his own son. He's built an entire brand and business around the idea that death
Wait, hold on. Did he just say plasma from his own son?
So you can plasma is part of your blood, right? You can donate that in America and get money, which is interesting. Where he's obviously just using his son's blood. Now,
who would take that from their?
Fuck knows. Like that's what's weird, though, Ash. Right? So this guy has made millions, billions.
That was where he got his money.
From like tech, right? Then he's obviously had a kid, I assume, and gone, oh, good. I'm now obsessed with my own self because I've made this money and to stay alive. I'm therefore then gonna get my son to donate blood so I can use it. That's the sort of thing.
He does not feel like a straight man. So
Ash, this is the sort of things that people have said about the Epstein files, right? Of people like taking bloods from kids and shit, right? It's crazy, right? But yet this is just like, oh, look at this guy. What I love about this is the little twist that it takes. Yeah.
I love that you watched this clip before me.
Things we simply have to accept. This week, Johnson revealed something that's landed like a gut punch for a lot of people who follow.
I will say this, and I have to say this. When in the documentary, his son moves in with him, and his son is going to college. It's like the summer before he goes to college. And but it's very kind of dramatic. They don't tell a lot about the mom, but he's moved out of his mom's house into his dad's house. And it's like, all right, son, you ready to like work out for the first time today? And it's like, then they work out together and they have smoothies and then they like cut very small pieces of carrots and they like 4 carrots, whatever the fuck they do. And I just felt like the kid, he's 18. So he's, I guess, technically an adult. But let's remember, frontal lobe does not develop for men until sometimes 24. Women, minimum 21. So like we're allowed to go to war, right? But you're not allowed to drink a beer, but you're allowed to like give your dad your plasma. What the fuck? Like there's so many things that just don't make sense. And I just, you can feel in someone, or at least I can, he didn't look happy, the son. Like he was smiling for the cameras and stuff, but he didn't look, he looked like a confused kid. And if I was him, I'd be fucking confused too. My dad is like super rich because he made a lot of money from tech, but this is how he's choosing to live his life. And the summer before I go to college, like this is what I'm doing. I'm just like working out all day. And it's also, this is embarrassing. Like, I don't even know women that do shit like this. What? Like, stop it.
His work. In a post on social media, he wrote plainly that he has an autoimmune disease and that his stomach.
Also, bitch, you're wearing a lot of makeup, so stop pretending. If you're really doing this for real, stop putting foundation on.
Is, in his own words, eating itself. The diagnosis is autoimmune.
So guys, sorry I'm talking, but this story is so intense. His stomach is now eating itself. I want to talk about this for a second. When you starve yourself, which is something that I think most people know, have dealt with anorexia and stuff. When you, it's been 13 years, thank you, one day at a time. But when you don't eat, your stomach will start to eat itself. So a couple things. You mentioned his diet. he is no, I think he mentioned my diet without realizing he was vegetarian, actually. He's
Yeah,
vegetarian, which I recommend for hardly anyone. If you have type O blood, it's absolutely not the right diet for you. That's just something that I know from doing teacher trainings over and over. People get low blood sugar. It's something about type O blood.
Well,
I have a different blood type. What?
yeah, I was just saying everybody's diet is different to their own needs, right?
And their needs.
Yeah. Because let's be honest, Ash, I'm sure like my normal diet that I found myself into probably wouldn't help you one fucking bit. Yeah.
What,
or vice versa.
Wait, your Southie chicken nuggets?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you wouldn't be able to eat them because it's meat. There you go.
But
You'd end up
speaking of
starving.
this, your chickens are raised much healthier than ours are.
So's our beef.
Do you know that our meat, our chicken is not even legal in England for 20 years or more?
Including your beef, which I believe the Conservatives was trying to change, and I think it got reversed, thankfully. Because you guys don't... we had an issue with mad cow disease, and we had to cull, I think it was 85% of our cow livestock in Britain in the early 90s because of this mad cow disease. And the cows and bulls are more regulated in this country than they are in the States. And Boris Johnson said, oh, wouldn't it be great if we drop that regulation and we can get cheaper meat and it'll be cheaper for everybody, which is true. However, you guys don't test your fucking cow meat for fucking mad cow disease, which is crazy because you're aware of mad cow disease, right, Ash?
I've heard of it, but I was going to say there's so many things that they do to the cows here. It's really sad and it upsets me. So my brain went a little bit here. I remember the mad cow disease thing, and I remember thinking like the cows have gone mad, you know, like that's just what you think, but it's like worse than that.
Do you know what caused that? It's people not looking after their livestock.
What do you mean?
Well enough. As in, people wasn't double checking the food that they were giving to the cows. So it turned out that the cows inadvertently may have ate some pig or some of themselves. So therefore, this parasite, this parasite that lives in their brain, then just like multiplied and went around there. Doesn't kill the cows, right? Makes them a little bit nuts. With that, if we eat their meat, we then get that fucking disease. It's crazy, right?
Okay, first of all, I'm upset. Second of all, free all the cows. Third of all, do you think that's just popped to my mind? Because you know, like there are people that eat people, right? They're called cannibals. Do you think that happens to their brains? Like they go crazy?
I think it's been proven, right? That is the case. If people are cannibals, they.
Well, we have a topic we're skipping for like months or weeks already. The tick situation in the US and the alpha gal. I still think it's phonetically very interesting that it's called alpha gal. Like in the day and age where there's so many transformers, as you say, alpha gal, right? So these people cannot eat. They've been bit by a tick now. They cannot eat meat anymore. They cannot eat a bunch of things. They can eat, I think, fish. If I'm not mistaken, it's either fish and human meat. What?
Wait, how did they know that? How did they know that?
Question. That was the first thing I asked. How did they know that they can eat human meat?
More importantly, Ash, more importantly, can you bring up Still Toast chat? This is hilarious.
I don't know how to do that. Can you bring it up?
No, it's
did you
in the
put
chat.
it here?
No, it's in the chat, in your chat right now.
I have a fight.
Second comment from the bottom, right?
Is that if that's the real steel toe? I'm mad at you.
Right.
I don't think it's really.
Well, Ash, it more likely probably is Still Toe. And what's hilarious is he's calling you out for having 7 viewers. How much money have you made in this short hour, Ash?
I don't know. You'd be so much more helpful. We have 12 super chats. Are there any that I didn't read?
10, 12, 14, 16, 21, 23.
Steel toe, you're
27.
Fucking, can I
20,
tell him why he's
so you've earned $32
minus
right?
30%.
Within an hour. Yeah? Go on, Ash.
Wait, how much have
stick
I
it to him. $31 before YouTube's cut. Go on, stick it to the toe.
So this is what I would like to say if that's really him. First of all, you're a little bitch, and I know about you from Red Bar, but you're so insignificant that I didn't really give a shit about you. I didn't even check the box that you were you, except for the Red Bar thing. Secondly, your alliance with Keanu P on you. Sorry, I always forget her fucking name, Rochi. It's funny, right? I'm like, P on you, the lady that gets peed on and paid for, or gets paid to get pee on, however you want to put it. Your alliance with P on you last summer and your choice to go through old videos of mine and show pictures of me in my onesie without wearing a bra was really poor. And when I say poor, I think you're disgusting. I think you're so ugly, and I think you should fuck yourself every single day. I know that you do. But P on you fucked you too, didn't she? After you went into archives of my fucking YouTube and like Rochi, do you know what he did? Found videos of me wearing, because P on you told him to. This was when he paid P on you $3,000 to do comedy. Smart move, bro. I hope that you still feel good about that choice. He went, they were like besties, right? Before P on you pees on you and you don't pay her or whatever. You know what I'm fucking saying?
Yeah.
Goes through my archives. All of a sudden, she starts a war on me. Ashley Cummings, you're dismissed. Making stupid ass fucking dumb videos that nobody fucking watches or gives a shit about. But I'm best friends with Aaron Emholt. I love Aaron Emholt. Fucking this douchebag, Aaron Emholt equals steel toe, went back and found, and I knew it was from Keanu. I knew Keanu. Went and found a video that I did when, granted, I was on mushrooms, but I was doing the whole thing. But I'm wearing like a onesie without a bra. He's like, look at her boobs. And it was exactly when, what's his face? Kevin Brennan was like, Ashley's boobs look like pancakes. Oh,
sorry, Ash. Are you saying that Steel Toe was giving you shit for your breasts? Like he was saying he had bigger tits than you?
I was like in my, do you know what a onesie is?
Yeah, of course.
It's like you zip it up. It's a onesie. So I was going through a period of time where this is like in 2021. I was healing my brain with mushrooms, magical mushrooms. And although I don't do them now, guys, I started like writing with my left hand. I did a lot of like fun, cool stuff. And I was always like doing lives that, you know, before I was on the radar of the fucking Dabbleverse, nobody paid attention to, right? Which was better for me at that time. But anyway, we've been through all that and here we are. This motherfucker went back and found like a video of like me, like, who knows? Sometimes I read the Zohar, okay? Like sometimes I was playing the singing bowl. Sometimes I was talking about sonar, literal sonar, which is a whole other conversation. Whether you're on mushrooms or not, it's important. And like a fucking bitch that he is, was like, look at her boobs. Look at her boobs in that onesie. It's like, yo, fuck you.
Ash, can you remove the video and just make us full screen? Yeah. I think this is pent up anger that you've got towards the toe.
No, I've said it to his face before. Yeah. I think I messaged him like when it happened. I was like, fuck you, you're a fucking loser. And then P on you turned on him and I was just like, haha. Shocker. But no, he did it like as a favor to her. Like she was attacking me, Kevin was attacking me, and then he was friends with her at that point. It was when he flew P on you and whatever the fuck her husband's name is to Minnesota and paid them $3,000. Okay, you think he just randomly thought of me and was like, oh, I want to like pull an embarrassing video of her where I can also pile on about her boobs. Like,
of course, this is Steel Toe. Of course, he wants to shit on women. That's what he does.
I don't know who the fuck he is. I don't know him. Anyway, did you have something else to say about him? Because I could not care less.
Yeah, it's Steel Toe, the morning show, right? The radio, really popular radio show.
Him, dude? What are you talking about?
No, Ash. Listen to what I'm saying. It's the Steel Toe morning show. You know, that really popular radio morning show. Yeah? That nobody's ever fucking heard of. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
But I did hear that Piani was very rude to his ex-wife and that he was very rude to his ex-wife. and that he's a horrible father. And these are things that matter. My boobs should not be on your radar, Mr. Aaron M. Holt. Get
Arthritis,
fucked.
a condition where the immune system mistakenly attacks the cells lining the stomach. It's considered rare, affecting an estimated 2 to 5% of people, and it's notoriously hard to catch early.
Okay, you know what else affects 2 to 5% of people? Being a billionaire.
It tends to stay silent until real damage has already been done. Here's where the timeline gets interesting. Johnson didn't get this diagnosis out of nowhere. It traces back to his early 20s when he was diagnosed with hypothyroidism.
Why was he wearing makeup in his early 20s?
Because he's a fucking shirt lifter. No, I don't know. It's weird. Again, Silicon Valley, I assume. Yeah, they're all fucking vain,
So
right?
yeah, it sounds like he made his money in tech.
Mm-hmm.
But since he's 20, I'm sorry, that's not him at 20. I don't buy it. But he's absolutely wearing foundation. What were you saying?
Also, so he was diagnosed with an illness in his 20s. Yeah. Now,
Which
I don't know.
Arguably could have been an inspiration to want to be really healthy.
Well, not only that, I don't know what that illness was. I wasn't paying attention to what the AI bot said. However, it would be interesting to look that illness up and to see what the side effects are. Because if it is, no, of course I can't be asked. All right, sorry, Ash, but yeah,
I can't be bothered.
Yeah, it'll be interesting though, right? Because if it turns out that a side effect is, oh, you look young, well, that's why the guy looks young. Or is it because he's putting fucking what do they call that? What's that shit you inject in yourself? Fuck me.
Botox and stuff? Yeah,
Botox. Yeah. Clearly that's Botox, right?
Well, clearly that is not a 20-anything-year-old man, FYI. Just letting all y'all know. Secondly, he's wearing foundation and it looks like a brow pencil, and light lipstick, if I was going to guess. And pulling his hair back with his skin. I mean, pulling his skin back with his hair. Number one. But number two, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, this dude is the dude, he's the dude that, usually Netflix finds a story, right? I've met with Netflix twice. Usually they find a story, they find you go to a meeting, This dude, I'm pretty sure, produced his own Netflix documentary, and it was kind of like a golden goose situation, if you will. Netflix is like, oh, you want to pay for it, and and you're insane? Great. Fantastic. Sign here on the line, right? It's like he has a bow on him for ridiculousness. But the point is, if it came up in his 20s, the documentary, I believe he's in his 60s. How come in the documentary they show his life every single day, Rochi, and it's Monday, these he has people coming in checking his body fat, checking his blood, checking his this, checking his that, and then he does this workout, and then he has 5 carrots or 5 slices of 1 carrot or whatever the fuck he does. And then he goes to a massage, and then he goes to a cold bath, and then he sees another. Every single day is different shit. So how are none of these doctors educated or compelled to be like, oh, don't forget you have that fucking disease since you're 20-something years old that we should probably consider when you're doing this crazy shit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also, I should take it this way, right? If you're, I don't know what the word is for it, but if you're just a nurse who withdraws blood, and that's what you're paid for, or you're a doctor that is just there to analyze said blood.
If you see the documentary,
it
literally, these doctors go there, they're like, I don't know, his name's Bryan. Hey, Bri, they have keys to the house and stuff. They're there every other day. They're not he's not going to, he does also go to random places, but most of the people he sees knows him, or they know who he is, and they see him on a literal bi-weekly, they see him at minimum once a week.
Yeah, so what's interesting with that, though, Ash, right? Yeah, but think of it on the side of the doctors, right? Let's say he hasn't told them that he's got an illness or anything, or an infection, right? And and they know that this is a money train. Yeah, therefore, they're just going to keep their mouth shut and keep milking the cow until it's dry, right?
Yes. But who wants to have their name or their signature or anything related to this situation, knowing that someone has this? And what kind of every single doctor in that thing, besides like the Botox ones who probably don't get a lot of blood from him, whatever, like if they don't know, like what an asshole do you look like in your own profession?
But again, they're getting paid.
Yes, the milking the cow. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We
Exactly.
want to make more money. I think that's the foundation of Western medicine, quite frankly, in a lot of cases. And definitely anti-aging.
Yeah, look at the doctor with Jackson, right? No, at one point,
So
by all
that's
accounts,
kind of a different story.
Well, no. It's the same, right? So that guy was a celebrity doctor, right?
Yeah, they're called rock docs, concierge.
Yeah. Right. I'm sure he had given that exact same drug to multiple different people over multiple different times, and nothing ever happened. And then that one time it happens, then all of a sudden he's a murderer, right? Or an assisted murderer,
right? But what Michael was given was literally like almost like fentanyl. Like it's called propanol or something. Like it's like roll the dice. It's literally excuse me. Sorry. It's like playing Russian roulette with your life.
But isn't that the wonderful thing with America, right? Everybody's free in order to do whatever the fuck they want. Almost,
yeah, it's so fucking wonderful. Yeah? It's
glorious.
It's glorious over here. No, here's what I want to say. I would be embarrassed because these doctors that are on his team, like, who would ever see any doctor that's in this documentary? Like, I would believe me, my sister sees some crazy ass doctors, but like anyone that would be like, oh, okay, this short Netflix special, like they were putting his life in risk when he was putting his life in risk. But there is a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a certain a responsibility that is on the doctor that's not so much on the patient. And and it's really fucked. But I don't know the full story. You watched the full clip? I haven't yet. I just think it's absolutely mad that someone is like a billionaire and they're spending all this money on these doctors, all these, like, seeing in the documentary how many supplements, like pills this guy takes a day. That was mind blowing. I was like, first of all, I feel it. This is just me. My opinion.
Yeah.
Preamble. I feel like our body understands vitamins through food more than pills. My dad used to be really into supplements. He had like a whole supplement thing, like drawer, cabinet. And yeah, cool. I think some of them are, but on top of that, they tested so many supplements. They don't even have what they say they have in it, like vitamin B. That like they test them and it's like spinach and broccoli. And in my head, I was like, well, if it's just spinach and broccoli, it can't be that harmful. Fuck that. Yeah, I don't know what version of spinach and broccoli it is, first of all. Second of all, you're selling something as vitamin B12 that's not vitamin B12, or as what do you call it? The other one, the big one that they found was not vitamin C, vitamin E. So I don't know if anyone remembers those gel caps that used to exist. They were yellow and they were vitamin E oil. And I used to be like, oh, I'm like preventing wrinkles under my eyes. I'm putting you would break it. It was oil that came out and you'd put under your eyes. Who knows? Maybe that's never mind. But there wasn't any vitamin E in them. It was just weird runoff. Wait, what?
Well, if you play this clip, it's funny because again, in his 20s, he found out he had an issue, right? An autoimmune system issue, apparently.
Autoimmune disease, yeah.
Yeah. And then what's about to happen in a second?
That should be clear. This was not his 20s, but sorry, go ahead, Roach.
Yeah. So he, like you said, he dedicates himself to getting tested every day. He becomes a vegan and shit like that. And then if you press play, turns out none of that fucking matters. Go on.
Light another cigarette.
Thyroidism, an underactive thyroid, and put on lifelong hormone replacement therapy. For years, that seemed to be
He's on
managed,
hormone
but along the way,
replacement
doctors
therapy.
kept noticing something odd.
Wait,
His
hold
ferritin
on.
levels, which reflect...
They kind of slid by that. I'm glad you caught it. What the fuck is why would he need hormone replacement therapy?
Because clearly his body isn't creating the right amount of hormones. This isn't.
Which means is that because of age or because
right? So some people I don't want to dox. Fuck it. I'll try and talk around it, not to dox this person. I know somebody that had a brain tumor as a kid, and having that removed. Yeah. I think he was like 5 when they discovered it. Had the operation, took part of that out, blah, blah, blah. And with that, and all the drugs with that, and all the operations, his puberty didn't start. So hormones, in order to kickstart puberty, which happens. So I'm wondering whether the same happened with him. However, the issue with that is when you replace something that isn't natural in the body, sometimes that kind of kicks another part of the body to go a little bit AWOL, which is the case with this guy in a sec.
Like it's sort of an or like a compensation sort of scenario, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's really weird that you mentioned that. Remember, I told you I was getting really into that show Euphoria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So remember, I told you there was like weird things in it. There's weird things in it, guys.
Right? Yeah.
Right. So they like highlight this transformer. No shade to the transformers, big ups. But this person changed. This is my back to the frontal lobe. So if you don't know what the frontal lobe is, guys, that is the part of your brain that tells you, hey.
I'm laughing because you're explaining to the Dabbleverse what a frontal lobe is, where clearly everybody in the Dabbleverse doesn't have one.
Oh, that's funny. But what happened to them then? Because everyone, like women usually develop them earlier and men develop them by like 24 latest. What do you mean they don't have one? Okay, well, Rochi obviously knows what a frontal lobe is. For those of you who do not know, I wouldn't know if I didn't study it. Your frontal lobe is the part of your brain that, so you have your amygdala that literally tells you what's right, what's wrong, but your frontal lobe is like the decision maker. So that's why, and your frontal lobe gives you information like what's a good idea, what's a bad idea. Your amygdala does the same thing. Both my parents had strokes, guys. So I've studied the brain a lot. I had to learn a lot about it real quick. But the frontal lobe, like, so what are you saying though, Roach? Like, this guy.
I'm saying everybody in the Dabbleverse doesn't have it. What I'm saying is this guy had hormone therapy because obviously
no, because here's the thing. What would, if I agree with you and I get the joke, but it's also like, unless somebody's like shot literally in their frontal lobe.
Okay. Well, let's take Ray. Sorry, I should cut you off.
Most people in the Dabbleverse are old. Sorry.
Well, let's take Ray DeVito, for example. Yeah. A lot of people that knew Ray DeVito before he had this accident with a truck, you know, whether he was the cause of it or not, that's the other thing. They say that he's a different person now. Ray was in a coma for a day or so because of, I believe, a coma, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my stories mixed up. Because he had a head injury, right? So that's what I'm making reference to. Anyway, that's not reference to this guy and this guy's fucking autoimmune system fucking issues, because this guy clearly had health issues all his life. But my whole point is that thing he was diagnosed with in his 20s, did that make him youthful, or is it the amount of fucking hormones that he's putting into his system? Which, again, like surmise, has kicked off this fucking illness. Anyway.
Here's what I want to say. Again, people are starving. Children are starving. This man knew since his 20s that he had some kind of issue. Instead of just addressing it, whatever that fucking issue was in the 20s, the autoimmune situation, we can just call it that. He went on to spend millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, which isn't even close, because I don't think you can put a price on what he did to his son. Taking his 18-year-old son's plasma. What did he do with it again? He put it in his face or something?
No, right. So plasma, it's just blood, Ash. So basically, he had a.
You want to say hi to Kevin Brennan? He's sniping us. again.
No, I want to say hi to Tosspot Radio. He's in the chat. Can you guess who he is?
What?
Kaz is in your chat right now. Can you guess who he is?
Can I? No. Pelel.
Just bring up the last comment.
Let's see. Kevin, I love you, mean it. That one?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Kaz.
Can you read it?
How to make your personal hormone. Don't pay her.
So stupid. Okay, guys, we're moving forward. Kevin, go fuck yourself. Stop sniping me. Figure out some content. You're a comedian. Let's go. Okay, so I just want to point out, Rochi and I want to point out, this man spent millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to take plasma from his son, to make a Netflix documentary, to have doctors at his house all the time, and for what? Let's find out for what.
The body's iron stores kept coming back low even without anemia. Iron supplements weren't fixing it. So doctors pushed further, running blood work, a colonoscopy, and both upper and lower endoscopies.
I'm sorry, there's nothing that a colonoscopy and thorough blood work doesn't tell you. I mean, if there's a doctor in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. What's up, Dr. Steve? Where are you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy was paying too much money to too many people that they couldn't figure out what the fuck is going on with him, and they're just doing this. I get the milking the cow thing. I get that it was lucrative, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, first of all, there's laws and like ethics codes. What were you gonna say? Sorry, Roche. I'm constantly interrupting you.
So, my experience, Ash, with when you get given some sort of medicine, it's always those side effects leaflets, right? And the reason why that is because almost every fucking medicine that you're given will knock something out of place. And if you allow this to play on, it turns out all the things that he's been given for his low iron, and the hormones and shit, it's kind of fucked something else up in his body. So weirdly enough, the only reason why this is an interesting story for me, that is this guy is a tech giant, right? Worth billions. It turns out that he can't fight.
I don't know if a tech giant equals brilliance, but go ahead.
I said billions, but anyway, the reason why this is funny to me is because no matter how much money you've got, the one thing that's truthful for every single human being on earth is this: you're born, you shit and piss, and you eat. Hopefully, if you're lucky, you fuck, and then you die.
You forgot about property taxes or taxes.
Oh, that's immaterial.
Well, I thought these were the 3 guaranteed things in life. You're born, you pay taxes, and you die.
Yeah, there you go. That's a simpler version. Yeah.
You said if you're lucky, you fuck.
Anyway, play clip.
Can you imagine being born and dying a virgin?
I don't know. My name's not Karmic X.
Well, to be fair, I'll keep my mouth shut. How about that?
Play the clip.
Can you click? Are you able to click on comments? Because I'm literally just clicking on people that I know.
No, I can't control the comments.
Okay, can we just figure out how to?
I can control the video though. If you want me to control the video.
You're not good at controlling anything.
Like biopsies. That's when everything connected. Blood tests showed his antiparietal cell antibodies were roughly 5 times above the normal upper limit. Biopsies taken from 3 different regions of his stomach confirmed early autoimmune gastritis, with atrophy already present in the acid-producing lining. Johnson has since described his situation as 3 linked problems working together: the iron deficiency, the autoimmune gastritis driving it, and the underlying autoimmune thyroid condition connecting the two.
That's his son.
Doctors call this pattern thyrogastric syndrome, and it's a well-documented cycle where poor iron levels and an underactive thyroid feed off each other. Now here's the twist that makes this story land so differently than a normal celebrity health scare. Johnson has spent years positioning himself as proof that a person can outsmart their own biology through sheer
Sorry, bitch. If you're wearing makeup, you're not proving anything to me except that you're a man wearing makeup.
Discipline and data. And yet, standard medicine essentially has no answer here.
The age of lab-grown meat has arrived in this.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So you can skip that if you want. Or
Kevin Brennan, leave me the fuck alone and stop sniping me. It's annoying. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just say, literally, we can just talk for the next 20 minutes if you want. We can bring up those other subjects you've got for a later date, or if you want to,
What, you don't think I want to talk about lab-grown meat?
No, or you can just fast forward it to the last video that we've got, which is
my sister.
The last segment, yeah, which is.
I know. You know what I decided? Look at me. I'm such a I'm so funny. I love myself. Here's what I decided about segment number 4. Rochi knows that every 4th segment is called. What's it called, Roach?
Who fucking know? What are you talking about? 4th segment. What, you're talking about the structure of a stream?
I said number.
Oh yeah, the 4th segment. Sorry.
Super professional.
Yeah. I'm smoking. So therefore, my brain's gone. No, yeah, literally, yeah.
So, well, each week. Go ahead, Roach. Let's see how much.
No. So the 4th segment is particularly for one person, right? And if anything, I don't know the relationship between you and this person. Yeah. However, I will say this shows a little bit of love and compassion, maybe, because this is just dedicated to you and you alone every single week, right, Ash? I believe.
Can you say that in a different way?
The 4th segment of the show will happen every week, right?
The 4th segment is called what?
Let's laugh at my sister.
No. It's called What in the Whitney. Instead of
what
in the world, what in the Whitney. Do I like that? No. I despise it. So I've made an executive decision. I hope you don't mind. If I feel like covering my sister, I fucking will. If I don't, I won't. But do you remember what I told you? You guys, Rochi's like, I'm not accepting money from you. I'm like, you want to make $1,000 bet? I will make money find you. Because Rochi helps me every week. Not only just, excuse me, when he's not watching his fucking soccer, football all the time.
Argentina are 1-0 up, by the way. Cool.
Did you bet on the game?
No, I bet on the England game, so. And I don't know whether they'll pay out.
You lost money?
Extra time. I don't know. I've not looked. It wasn't much. It was only a 5, so it doesn't matter.
Anyway. You didn't parlay?
No, I think I went for the result in 90 minutes, which was a mistake. It was only a 5.
So anyway, Rochi also reels me in. If you guys can't tell, this is me reeled in. He keeps me in line. If you guys don't know this, Rochi and I met because what is your working definition of a troll?
Working definition?
Meaning working definition. Like people say things like, I love you. And I'm like, what's your working definition of love? Or I hate you. What's your working definition of hate? People need to explain what they mean by words. So what is your working definition of a troll? What?
Wait. More importantly, people say that to you?
Tell me that they love me?
No, the fucking, what's your working definition of that word? It's like, what the fuck?
It actually came from my sister and I. Whitney and I both thought about it. Like, when people talk, semantics are a thing. When people talk, a lot of times we assume we know what the other person is saying or asking. And very often we don't. So if you say like, you got nice weather, what is your working definition of nice weather?
Sorry. Sorry, no, Ash, you literally just said.
Such a cunt.
No, listen.
I'm listening.
You said, and I quote, me and my sister both agreed that sometimes when people speak, we don't understand what they mean.
Yes. I don't think it's just
so
us.
Are you saying that you and your sister don't understand the English language? Like, what are we talking here?
No, that very far from it. So now you're gonna
make your literal words. Like, come on, like.
Okay, so
I'm autistic as fuck.
Hey, shut up, Rochi. Quiet. What is a fag to you?
An English cigarette.
Okay, do you know what that means when you're in the United States?
Yeah, a shirt lifter.
A what?
A shirt lifter.
I thought I heard pillow biter, but I think you said chair lifter.
No, a shirt lifter, and also you do occasionally call them a pillow biter, depending on how far you go. Yeah.
So that's just
Quite literally.
That's present day, where two things mean the same thing in two different places. So a fag by you is a cigarette.
Yeah.
A
So
fag
now,
in the U.S. is a derogatory term for a homosexual man.
I love how I distracted you from the basics of English language. Yeah, of course, the English language is different in Glasgow as it is to yeah, because regional accents and regional
It's not about
slang.
regions.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying I think I have a theory. So now you're officially inducted into my cult. I have a theory that they change semantics, not just by countries. That's just one easy example because I knew I'd get you on it right away. I'm saying that I think they do this every 10 years-ish, so that when our grandparents speak to us, they say things that mean different things to them, so that we're not supposed to totally understand. Does it make sense what I said so far?
A little bit. However, you can, and I'm going to try and clean it up. Pop culture, yeah, influences language, yeah, and who else influences language? The youth and teenagers, and therefore it goes through. For example, yeah, 100 years ago, if you were to say, "Oh, I'm feeling really gay," that means you were happy.
Happy.
Today, that means you're a shirt lifter, a homosexual.
Why wouldn't it be a pants dropper? Why would it be a shirt lifter? Because so many straight guys take their shirts off. I was like, yo, I'm at a football game. Like, let's go. Like,
So,
why is it a shirt lifter and not a pants dropper?
so it's a European regional thing with the English call somebody a shirt lifter. It was actually offensive to the French, yeah. And if you think of Tudors
I mean,
and stuff,
is anything not offensive to the French? I'm just kidding.
well, that's a good point. Yeah, they seem to riot at the drop of a hat, right? But yeah, it meant like.
I still feel like I'm Joan of Arc in another life, but go ahead.
Wait, you're not black.
Neither was Joan of Arc.
Neither was.
She was a part of the French Revolution.
Many people from many stories that have changed.
You were the other French guy. Wait, Rochi, what if we are reincarnated and you? What's the movie that they made recently? Oh, my daddy's saying Napoleon.
Odyssey?
You're Napoleon, and I'm Joan of Arc.
Don't insult me. I'm taller than Napoleon, and second of all, I know it is fucking stupid to want to go towards Moscow in the fucking winter.
He said I'm taller than Napoleon. Yeah, no kidding. That was one of the dumbest things he ever did. He was like, follow me. And they were like, we'll follow you anywhere. Let's go to the coldest place where we're going to freeze to death for sure.
Well,
but
Ash,
apparently that's not the full story.
Right. First off, to clarify, because I'm autistic, calling Napoleon short isn't actually factual.
My dad would say, Ashley, that man has a Napoleon complex. And whenever my dad said that, he was talking about a short man.
Yeah, because that was propaganda that the British put out there, alongside what is now part of Belgium and Netherlands, because they teamed up with us.
French?
With the SARS against the French. Yeah, yes, Napoleon Wars.
Did you just say SARS?
Yeah, the Russian SARS.
Oh, I thought you meant SARS, like SARS, like the weird disease they pretended. I don't know. It wasn't pretend, actually. I remember there was like times in growing up, like in college, in university, like either before 9/11 or after, but like there was a period of time where we were not allowed to touch the mail because there could be either anthrax in the mail or
anthrax,
SARS.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Anthrax. Anyway,
anthrax or SARS.
What is that?
Like we weren't allowed to open the mail.
Yeah, this has gone so far fucking left or right.
I know, and whose fault is fucking that? It's yours.
Yours.
Country, the Agriculture Department just approved.
Oh shit. Okay, we gotta. Okay, this is super profesh. Okay, guys. So Lab Me. I watch this guy called iTrack. Shout out to iTrack. I should put him in the thing. Please remind me to do that if I forget. So I don't have TikTok. I never will. Long story short, and don't let Rochi derail me again, please, or my hair get crazier because, things be happening. So people have been like, I'll never have TikTok, but this guy I track covers TikToks, and like people will have like, and I don't eat meat, but I feed it to my dog. I cook it for my friends. And it's like they're showing this meat. They're like, what is this meat? And it's like, it doesn't even look like meat. I ate meat as a kid. I stopped eating meat when I was like 13, 14, something like this. But it was like, it's just like, what the fuck is this? And then they announced that FDA approved lab grown meat. So let me just say, Rochi probably doesn't even know this. Y'all said no.
Yeah, of course we did. We're not stupid.
I know. I feel like I should move to England. My friend was like, did I tell you what Danielle told me? She's like, Ashley, we're so much nicer to refugees. If you just fly with Hondo and sleep on like a lawn for one night, you can claim refugee status in England. Is that true?
No, not for you.
Why not for me? Because I have English blood?
Because you're white.
Now I just feel like you're being racist. So
you asked me the question, and I just told you the truth.
So Hondo and I flew to Heathrow, and then we found a park. Say we just walked to Hyde Park, and we fell asleep. And then the cops, the bobbies are like knocking on my head and making a knocking thing. And they're like, "Who are you?" I'll be like, "I'm Ashley Cummings. I'm a refugee of yours now, and this is my dog Hondo." She said they'll give you a house, they will pay for everything, and they will take care of Hondo and everything.
So first off, a immigration officer will ask you this question. Where are you from? Or where did you just arrive from?
I have no idea. I think Bobby would ask me. I'm not sure.
And you would say...
She said 24 hours.
You would say United States of America. And then that enforcement agent will go, oh, so you're a free citizen. Off you go.
I'd be like, no, I'm a refugee in England.
You can't seek asylum.
I am seeking asylum. I am seeking asylum from everything that's going on in the here. I'm doing my best off the fly. So you're the officer, right? So say you wake me up. Let's just do improv. You just woke me up and I'm asleep and I have Hondo in my hand and I'm asleep in Hyde Park.
Excuse me, ma'am. I think your dog is taking a massive shit on your legs.
I'm sorry, officer. That's not my dog. That's you. How can I help you?
Well, unless you're on a prick. Fuck. What's happening? What are we doing? This is shit. Anyway, go on.
No, you're asking. No, I'm trying to play.
Yeah, honestly, Ash. Honestly,
I want to fucking move to England.
In order to claim asylum in this country, the easiest route is to tell them that you're suppressed as a person in the country of your origin.
I am suppressed as a person in the country of my origin.
You can't do that in America because you, as a free citizen of the United States of America, right this moment can decide you're a man and everyone will have to say, okay, hi, Ash.
What's your working definition of freedom?
There is no such thing as freedom.
Yeah, so hence... You don't make any sense. Talk to me when you do, okay?
Companies to sell chicken grown in...
Meat is now allowed to be... Meat is now... sorry. Rochi, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I'm not... play the clip if you're going to play the clip. If not, talk.
Well, we didn't introduce it properly. Wouldn't you be freaked out? Wouldn't you be freaked out if you went to go get your Southern fried chicken and it was fake chicken?
Yeah, I would. I would be extremely upset. However, guess what? As a customer, you know what I can do, Ash? I can read the box. Yeah? Now, I assume with this clip and the clip afterwards, this guy is going to explain to your audience what the shorthand is to look out for, because
it's our audience.
This chicken is manufactured by man. Now,
by a cell, by a man, yeah.
Yeah, from an embryo from a cell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it almost free food? I suppose it is. But is it actually food?
Is it almost free food? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Basically, you can clone. If you can clone that embryo or embryo, I assume you can clone that multiple times. Where
That's
if
a great
you
question, Roach. If you're
Mhm,
just
exactly.
using one cell to make all this meat that you're selling to make all this money, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically. So you can almost
It's one
generate.
cell. It's one cell.
But again, if you can clone that multiple times.
No, that's what it is. It's cloning one cell.
Yeah, but again, how many times can you do that? That'll be the interesting question I've got.
Let's find the fuck out. I love you, Roach. You mean it.
Tanks using cells that come from an animal egg or a special bank of stored cells. The cell-cultivated chicken will first be available at a restaurant in San Francisco and another one in Washington, D.C., owned by...
I'm sorry. I don't even eat meat, and I'm not being rude about meat. You guys know I cook it for my dog. If Rochi came to LA, I would cook it for Rochi. Not this kind. But like, and also, why do they always they put Waymos in San Francisco, in LA, in DC, in New York? Like, why do they always use the big city to like beta test their shit? Sorry, Roach. Did you have something to say?
No. Go ahead.
Famed chef Jose Andres before hitting stores.
Here's how to recognize whether you're buying lab-grown meat or conventional meat. They typically won't call it lab-grown or synthetic because that wording could discourage buyers. Instead, companies use softer-sounding terms that seem more natural. The keywords to watch for are cell-cultured or cultivated meat. If you notice those phrases on the label, that product was produced in a laboratory from animal cells. It did not come directly from a living animal. Next time you're shopping, read the small print. If it says cell-cultured, cultivated, or cell-based, you may want to put it back. Share this with your family so they know what to look for, and make sure to scan your items with the Neutron app to see what.
Real quick, do you even know, is there a difference between lab cell grown and 3D printed meat, or it's same?
I think they're probably buzzwords. They're probably same, right? Because if you're gonna make meat, you would need that cell. Yeah, so therefore it's cell grown meat.
But let's remember what you said, Roach. It's one fucking cell.
Yeah. But again, if you
pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds of meat.
Well, I assume at some point that degrades, right? So, like one cell for how many times you can clone it, and then onto another cell, which is perfect though, because that's what the human race needs if the population keeps going up, right? It's more food. Yeah.
Did I tell you I was pregnant?
You tried this bit before.
Additives are actually in your food.
Okay, so
I don't know how else to say this. This is the year I'm gonna block you.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Well, Ash, I will say this.
Decide for myself. I have to pee first. That is something.
Yeah. No, perfect. Right. You go to the bathroom right now, and then when you come back after going for a piss, you would have decided 2 hours is enough, and then we end the show. Stream.
So you don't think that I should do segment 4 as a weekly thing?
I think. Did you hear my chair creak? That's weird. Anyway,
yeah, I really miss your couch. Like, can we do a GoFundMe for your couch?
There's no way I'm getting it out of that house. Anyway, honestly, I think 1, it's been too long in the show, and 2, I think you need to watch that clip and then like have yourself prepared to what you want to say. There's 2 ways you can go about it.
Okay, I have to pee, so I'll be right back. And Rochi will.
Right, great. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for that, Ash. So anyway, Sam Bibley, I can't control the chat, so you're going to have to help me out because I can't bring up any chats. I can bring up a video and I can watch exactly. Actually, can I bring up that video? I can't even bring up the video. How about that? It's fucking terrible, right? As you can tell, I'm pretty stoned, which is perfect for being on a YouTube live stream on your own, trying to think of something to say, whilst your brain is trying to watch the football at the same time. So yeah, the granny problem Which part of the granny problem? Because it's several issues, right? I mean, I don't know what's happened in the last 48 hours in regards to granny. So yeah. Fake once over Kaylee. I don't know why Ashley tries to claim she's pregnant. She tried this one before, but yeah.
What are you going on about?
I'm answering the chat because you put me up and I've got no control of anything, even the video.
You should have control. Can you just teach me how to give you control? Look at the words I just said. Can you teach me how to give you control? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this because I'm never going to want to do this, but we're going to do this.
It's 2 hours into this stream, Ash. It's probably better for you to do it.
Why do you always derail the stream and make it 2 hours? Okay, I guess we got to go.
So, are you familiar with what's happening with Granny, Ashley?
No, it's happening with Granny now.
So,
okay.
Right, so Sam Bibley's saying that it's because he's terrible at stream. I think Granny's always been this type of guy, the way he streams. However, a few weeks back, Granny said that his father beat the shit out of him. And you could tell that he had a big bump on his head, right? I think that's an issue maybe we shouldn't know about. Because if your father did beat your ass, how about take a couple of days off live stream?
That we should know about or should not know about?
Well, we shouldn't know about it, right? Why should we know that? You know, like, it's terrible.
There was something that, like, someone, I don't know if it was a clip or something. That's how I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, like, trying to, like, not go to sleep.
Yeah, because he was concussed.
You know what I'm talking about? Because he was, like, worried about his having, like, a concussion.
Yeah. Which is weird because I watched that whole saga live happen, and he clearly wasn't. When he was like able to pay attention, he wasn't actually paying attention. Does that make sense? Yeah, the information was being told to him, but yet he didn't understand when people were saying, "Granny,
so
get your ass to the A&E." He was like, "No, I'm all right. I'm fine. It's not a concussion." It's like that's what people that truly are concussed will disagree with you, right? Yeah, exactly. Like Yingli, for example. But anyway.
Roach, don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging.
Fuck me. Anyway.
Okay, so I have a couple things about that. He's like, what, 35 or older?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say this as delicately as I can. If that's actually what happened, and like, God forbid, right? That's actually what happened. Like,
yeah.
My brother, okay, I'll just say this. I'll just share a personal story. My dad used to like try to toughen my brother up. He never did it to my sister and I, but he would like, you know, my brother would be an asshole, a typical teenager, and my dad would, you know, get into it with him. My brother ended up being taller than my dad. Like my dad was 6'2", my brother was 6'3", and I'll never forget this story because my brother and there's very few Cummings stories. Everyone tells the same. And it's like, whether they were there or not, like, it's the same story. There's so many fucking tall tales what the Cummings is. But my brother, my father told it the same, and so did my uncle and my grandfather. One day my dad came down to be like, my brother was doing something, being an asshole little teenager, whatever he was doing. I think he was drinking or something like this. And my dad came downstairs to discipline him as a father, different kind of discipline than he ever gave to Whitney and I. Like, he smacked us, and like when we did bad things, like, but like not, it was like, you know, like that. And but rarely. He usually like yelled or just told us we were grounded, and we would never actually be grounded. But with my brother, he was more intense. And my brother told me the story, and my father told me the story. So my dad comes down like, "What are you doing?" Like drinking, and like I guess he like skipped school, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And my brother at that point was big enough to beat my father's ass. And he didn't beat my dad's ass, but he would have. Like, my brother was like, you don't get to like, it wasn't like my dad was abusive, but I think because it was a father and a son, it was more like socially acceptable in his mind to try to discipline him with physical stuff. Whereas with my sister and I, like, I remember one time he took, I was an asshole. I just want to tell you this. I was a jerk. He took off you like take a window blind and you close the windows and open them. He like was taking the thing off and he spanked, like I was 11. I think I snuck out of my house to go to a rave. Like it was like, as a parent, a terrifying thing. And I just remember him like undoing the fucking window thing. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing with that? And he like, I don't know, he just like spanked me with the window thing or whatever. But it was like the next day I wasn't ground, you know what I mean? Like, but my brother took my father on. So there does become a point like you become a man. And I don't mean to say it in a weird way or
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I think Granny explained that maybe his father had an issue with
Thank
alcohol.
you. I forgot. I was like, why the fuck are we talking about this? Thank you. I'm sorry. Last thing. At the age of whatever he is, 35, 40, whatever Granny is, at that point, like your dad shouldn't be like punching you. And I'm saying this from love. Like, I think the way that my father and my brother both explained to me was like that day, like their relationship changed. Like my brother was like, no, you don't get to do this, but I will stop drinking. And my dad was like, whatever my dad said. But again, my brother was like 17, 18, something like this at the time. But to be 35 or older and like I'm more upset with his dad than I am with him, to be 100% frank. But it's still a situation that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, obviously.
What do you think? Did your dad ever hit you?
No.
I feel like you got in trouble a lot. How did that not happen?
I'm the youngest, so I had brothers that got in trouble, and I learned the lesson from them.
He said, I'm the youngest. That's so funny. You're a little spoiled Southern South softie. To the end.
Nope. Anyway, right. Are we going to
I bet
end
you
this
also
live stream?
framed your brothers too. I just have a feeling that happened. Let's
No.
before we went. So
I wasn't smart enough to outsmart anybody. Believe me. Not at that age. Anyway.
No, you are smarter. Stop. You're smarter.
Not at that age. Not at that age. No, not at that
Look at the sun hitting my boobs. Okay. So guys, fake meat is here. This is what it looks like.
Fake meat. Yeah.
I've never blocked people. But
No,
this is
pause
the
it.
year.
Pause
Oh, shit.
Pause it. That's the segment we're not going to do today. Fake meat is here, and everyone should be wary. It's not just chicken, neither is it? Actually, it's also, is it beef? And I'm not too sure about pork. Maybe.
Whitney, you're welcome. Rochi, if you have to go, I can still do it on my own.
Are you okay to continue then? If I leave,
what
you want to? If you want to continue, I'll leave. That's fine.
No. I'm saying you told me to turn it off, and
but if you want to continue, that's fine. I can leave. I didn't know you.
I don't want you to leave. I feel like you want to leave.
Yeah, I need to go for a piss.
Okay, take a piss. Do you want to come back, or do you like have to take a?
I have to go and take a piss, and I need to smoke the rest of that.
Okay, so I might just finish this on my own, and maybe that's better. I prefer you come back, but if you don't want to come back, I get that as well.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll probably fucking crash out. Literally, it's like what 20 to 3 in the morning.
For you.
Yeah. And especially if I smoke the rest of that. Definitely.
It's so funny. I never knew you smoked weed. Not that it like I don't care, but I just thought you were like a chain like nicotine smoker.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right.
Lunch over with Kaylee. Can you read this?
Yeah, well, it's hard to believe she had an Obama pin on her backpack at the country club.
How the fuck do you know that story? Wait, what? At the country club, what?
That must have embarrassed your father so much.
Okay, that's not once over with Kaylee. So you're gonna have to stick with me. You can go pee if you want, or just pee in your pants. Um, so whoever wrote that is very strange because they're pretending to be once over with Kaylee, right? Who's the girl that's on WATP, right? So they're pretending to be her. That
Yeah.
story is a story that not many people know, but it's a perfect story to end with. My dad was a staunch conservative Republican dude. And because we grew up so poor, we had a country club in Miami Beach and it was very waspy. And my sister, almost like on purpose, was trying to piss my dad off. And we're at lunch at the country club where it's like literally Jews and black people are not allowed. I'm not joking. And I'm not saying this because I'm proud of it. I'm saying it was real. This was a thing in 2000s, like 2008 when Obama was running, I think the first time. Um, so Whitney's like with her backpack with her Obama pins, and my dad was so embarrassed. Like he was like hitting me, like, Ashley, take her to the car, get that goddamn pin off her fucking backpack. And I'm like, what? Come on. Like she hadn't like hung out that much at the country club, but like she knew she was pissing my dad off. Like that was one of the things I was like, all he tried to
Wait,
do was love you, and all you tried to do was piss him off.
wait,
You might as
Ash.
well get an Obama tattoo. Like, what the fuck? But whoever wrote that is totally weird and
It's once over
I don't-
Kaylee.
no, I haven't told that story to many people.
Hmm.
And who would know that story and pretend to be once over Kaylee? Yes, you do, Rochi. Tell me now. I'll never let you pee. How about that?
I don't know who the fuck it is, Ash. If I knew who it was, don't you think I would play along with it?
I feel like you could figure it out quickly.
Not a fucking genius.
Well, we are gonna finish this. We're gonna watch this clip. So it's a Doom clip. We
The
love
fuck?
the lady Doom. You can go pee. Go pee.
I'm gonna go for a
You don't even
piss.
have to come
And leave the
back.
thing. You're gonna watch and dismantle your sister. Didn't she say she was gonna?
I wanted to thank you for reminding me of something. I wanted to look at the sun. It's so funny. It's like disco time. No, I wanted to preamble this. This fourth section. I can't do anything about the light, guys. I'm not loving it. The fourth section, which is what in the Whitney of every Saturday show that Rochi and I will be doing together, if Rochi's not so freaking busy, will be about my sister. And I want to preamble this. I'm not attacking her. I don't hate her. I love her. There's nothing I've wanted to be more in this world than the best big sister I could be to my sister. So that being said, I feel like, and I've talked to a few people, including but not limited to my mentor, that to tell the story from the beginning in a linear way. Because a lot of people are like, oh, this, that, that. I have not said it in a linear way. I was thinking of starting somewhere around 4 or 5 years old, but this person seems to remember a country club memory, which I'm literally like, there's 5 people on the planet that know about that Obama pin on her backpack.
There you go. Then you know.
No, I'm literally like.
You've narrowed it down, Ash. Yeah, in your mind. So therefore, you're more likely to know who that person is than I am.
Well, here's what I'm thinking now, Roach. Anyone could tell that story to someone else, but it's just too fucking specific. That one specifically is too specific. I was going to tell a different story, but that one was, and Whitney was like, we had to go to Dad's car, and I had to take the Obama
Ash,
pin off backpack.
Ash, is there a possibility there's a chance your sister has told this story?
What do you mean? She was there. She was part of the story. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is there a possibility that your sister has said this on her podcast?
That she went to the... Okay, so you have to remember this, Roach. My sister has told the world she grew up poor, okay? So I'm pretty sure she probably didn't talk about the country club on her podcast, but anything is possible. This is
I mean, it's
when
not out of the
she
realm
would
of
have been
possibility,
very
right?
quote unquote poor, going to the country club, the private waspy, no blacks, no Jews allowed. OJ Simpson was allowed, but no Jews and no blacks were allowed. She would have to have said all that. It was called the Surf Club, 9011 Collins Avenue. It's now Ritz Carlton, but she would have to say all that. So I doubt it.
All right, fair enough.
To answer
Fair
your
enough.
question,
Fair
do you
enough.
need to go pee?
I'm gonna
Go pee.
right. Gonna hit the
Are you
red button.
coming back? You don't have to, but are you?
Nope, probably not. Probably gonna fucking find my way to the bathroom, and then find my way back, and then probably crash out. But yeah, cheers.
Okay. Love you, mean it.
Peace.
Okay, guys. So here's what's gonna happen. Oh shit! When Rochi left, the video left. Got me again. So I guess we'll do that next week. It was not going to be the most comfortable thing in the world for me to cover, so fine. I feel like God, universe, whatever you want to call it, always has a plan, right? I don't know which is the real stealth chaos. Who is this though? Can someone help me? Friendly advice: quit while you're ahead. You wouldn't want to catch a cold. What? I don't even know what that means. Okay, so we'll save that for next week. I will say that here's this. I'm not trying to annihilate my sister. I'm not trying to attack her. I'm trying actually, I feel like there's a lot of things that she doesn't remember, possibly. Like, again, giving her the benefit of the doubt, which might prove to be an exercise in futility as it has before. Okay. But thinking about like everything that she chose to do, there's a possibility she just doesn't remember. There's also this. I've never told everything in a linear way. I've told it in a very traumatized, chopped up way. So that was the point of the video that disappeared with Rochi. Thanks, Roach. Thanks for being late, leaving early, and taking away the fucking clip. You're annoying. I love you. Mean it. So I love my sister. I wish the best for my sister. I wish the best for my nephew. But things just need to be sorted. Okay? It's very simple. Like, I don't hate her. I don't wish ill on her. I don't want anyone to whatever. Like, I was actually thinking about, so the preamble might just be section 4 for today, right? I wish her nothing but the best. I want her to be happy and have everything that she wants in this life. I don't blame her for the choices I made, which were taking care of our parents and being the sole like caretaker for dad and for mom for 13 years. I don't blame her for my choices. I don't blame myself, but I never imagined, and I've said this before, that not one Cummings would be there on the end. I have my little cousin that I communicate with. Shout out Shannon. But everyone sort of took Whitney's side. And I, to this day, don't know how or why. I mean, I know why. I mean, Whitney gives them money. She buys my aunt's cars and pays for my uncle's kids' school and blah, 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 blah. So it's a very obvious thing. I don't have money like that. But when it comes to family and blood, I feel like as much as you hated dad, as much as you wanted dad to die and suffer, he did. I was there. I went 38 times in 2 years. There was nothing more painful than watching our dad suffer every single day for 2 years. He could not eat, as you know. He couldn't swallow. He had a feeding tube, and he was in the shittiest of situations and moved around all the time due to non-payment. Dad suffered. If that's what you wanted, Whitney, your mission was accomplished. Mom suffered. She died with her mouth rotting out of her face because you wouldn't get her to a dentist. She was eating pureed food for the last few months of her life. I mean, years. Sorry, not months, 2 years of her life. Mom couldn't chew on a cookie. You sent her the executive director of the Commons, where my mom last lived, Hannah. Big ups to her. And Whitney, you have to understand, these people are my witnesses. So, like, just sort it out. Like, figure your brain out. So she was like, "What's wrong with your sister? Why is she sending 3 boxes of cookies that are even tough for me to eat, let alone your mom who can't even eat solid food?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Your sister just sent 3 boxes of, like, these chocolate cookies with 0 sugar and 0 calories, blah, yada, 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 but your mom can't chew them." She's like, "I can put them with milk and, like, puree them." I was like, "Hannah, just take them home. Like, if you like them, your husband will want them, just do that." Um, Mom dying with her teeth rotting out of her mouth is unacceptable, Whitney. One of the weirdest things is, like, when I was running her hospice, I forgot who it was. I think it was one of the hospice nurses. I'm not joking. And my sister is like, "This is not how we do things." Like, talking about my mom's mouth, because I'll show you. I'll show y'all. I have shown you, but I'll show you again. My mom died with her teeth rotting out of her mouth. They had to puree, basically put into a smoothie, her food for the last 2.5, 3 years before she passed. I was talking to the dentist, trying to figure it out. He was like, "Ashley, I told your sister 3 years ago that this was an emergency, and I haven't seen your mom in 3 years." I was like, "Okay, where do we start? Can we just get started?" That was like a year before my mom passed away. Anyway, my sister said to a hospice nurse, like, this is not how we are. Like, this is not the family we are." And I'm like looking at her like, "You have medical power of attorney over both of our parents." Had. She turned it over to me when my mom went into hospice. You have had that. This is on you. Mom's mouth is been on you. And it will always be on you, Whitney. I hope you guys take care of your parents, forgive them, and have a nice evening. Saying some of this stuff hurts, but it's true. I'll figure you out very quickly. Your sister is a terrible person and will face God's judgment. Those whom suffer their righteousness shall know eternal inheritance. I mean, yeah, there's all that. Who are you? Why don't you just pretend, like, stop pretending? Like, who are you? You obviously know about the surf club and you know about uh, the Obama story, the Obama pin story. I've told to like 5 people maybe. So yeah, people are like, "Ash, let it go. Let it go." Like, go apologize to your sister. I've had companies come up to me, like, I have a letter from Community, whatever the fuck that is. It's like, "Oh, you're Whitney Cummings' sister. Like, we want to offer you money to do this, da da da." And I'm like, "Okay, great. Oh, you're not talking to your sister? Can you make things right with your successful sister?" No. I mean, I wish, but here's what's up, guys. I don't know how many different ways I can say this. By the way, I will say this. Gucci lip gloss sucks. Like, I love you, Gail. Gail sent this to me. It's like, I'm sorry. Without chapstick, it would never work. All right. That being said, forget about your sister, or just apologize to her. People have said, like, kiss the ring, kiss the ring. No. Like, and I have. As much as, like, my physical self can, I have. Look, I look like a monster. That's what Gucci lip gloss does. But there's a point where I won't co-sign her lies. Like, there's a point where it's like, okay. And again, facts are not defamation. She said to me one time, re Hollywood and her success. Ashley, verbatim, Ashley, I lied and it worked. Okay. You lied at the expense of mom, at the expense of dad, at the embarrassment of all of us, but it worked for you? Great. It's another reason I shouldn't be arguing with you, or there shouldn't even be like a situation or a version of this life that we're both living where our parents were very clear. Excuse me. Doing a lip gloss thing. My father said Ashley Cummings, my daughter, is executor of my will to serve without bond. My mother said my daughter Ashley is the sole beneficiary. Any monies, anything I have goes to my daughter Ashley. They were both very clear. Holding on to mom and dad's inheritance is disgusting, Whitney. It would be very different. Like, I wouldn't even think of people like, get over it, like, whatever. Yeah, get over it. My legs got cut off twice. 2 times. I was demanded to close studios or didn't have a choice when it came to my dad. No one else was there. Hope you had fun at the secret funeral. Okay, so the truth is important to speak. Don't be afraid to speak the truth. Facts are never defamation, just so you know, on a legal basis. I wish my sister would just sort it out, settle it out in her brain. Like, I've even thought, like, forever, I thought it was me. I was the problem, right? And then because my parents both left everything to me, I was like, maybe Whitney's still jealous that I was like the favorite child or something like that. Like, that still doesn't matter, bitch. Oh, sorry, to catch my own train of thought that I lost. I lost it. It'll come back, probably, maybe. Who are you? I'll figure it out. If you think that I'm not Inspector Gadget, you're so wrong. Just know I'm on your side, Ashley. Think of me as your protector. Stop. You're making my eyes water. None of this is fun. Oh, I even thought to myself, like, maybe Whitney still thinks, like, like Ashley, like last time we were hanging out, she was like, look, Ashley, I was like dressed as like a cat with a black t-shirt and you were like a ballerina. And I was like, but I actually studied ballet. Like, Whitney and I like went to ballet together, but I was like into dancing. I minored in dance at university. Sorry. But like I probably was like wearing one of my fucking things from recital or something, She just kept bringing up pictures like, look how mom and dad cared about you more than me. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure like look, I think she like yelled at me about this, but I think our parents did the best that they could. I think most parents do that. Not all, but most. We never needed for anything. We didn't grow up poor, obviously. I mean, and also like sorry, I'm sort of like losing my train of thought. So I was like, okay, if Whitney's still like obsessed that no, bitch. They didn't choose me over you. When they passed away, I was the primary caretaker. And they obviously knew you were doing better than me and that I'd stopped my life twice. I'd sacrificed 2 businesses that I created and I loved for them while you made movies that no one fucking watched and wrote books that no one will ever fucking read. And I told you, I said, Dad is staring at a ceiling, waiting for you, dying. And you're making a movie and writing a book. No one will ever care about these things for one reason. And one reason only. Because God and Metatron see everything. Because your father is staring at a ceiling, waiting to say goodbye to you. Before he, like... You think any powerful energy is going to be behind you when you're choosing to have Dad not paid for, moved around all the time, literally don't give a shit about him at all, and all he wants to do is see you? You think that any kind of like universal energy is going to be behind you? Fuck no, Whitney. No. And that's why your movie made nothing. But you probably just stole that money too. Because from what I understand, you had a huge budget. And Kevin Brennan knows it's either 16,000 or 18,000. Neil Brennan and Whitney Cummings made a movie called A Woman's Brain, Brain Woman, The Brain of a Woman. It's based on a book. You had a high budget movie that made Kevin Brennan knows, ask him. It made $6,000, 16,000 or 18,000. Do you know why? Because there's no real energy that's going to come. Look how sexy. I love how sexy. Sometimes I cry. My eyes look sexier. There's no fucking... I'm sorry, I'm being ridiculous. I'm going to finish this very soon. There's no energy. There's no real power behind a father that loves his daughter, that just wants to see her. And she's making a movie, writing a book. Like, what do you think, literally, Whitney? What do you think certifies you or gives you the right to tell anyone to do anything? You left mom and dad to die like dogs. You left me to die like a dog. And guess what? I will never shut up. Sometimes I get mad, guys. This is why I kind of need a Rochi to like reel me in. But I'll just preamble with, I wish I didn't have to say this. I wish I didn't have to say this out loud. But I will not stop talking until you sort this out. I will not stop talking until you pay what you owe. You don't get to steal everything that mom and dad left for me to have a peaceful life after I stopped my life twice because you're a selfish cunt and you just want to forget. And that's giving you a ton of credit, Whitney, that you just want to forget. Okay? Which I get. You've had a fast life, a big life. You're like, big time girl, right? Don't forget who you stepped on the way. Don't forget who you lied about on the way. Don't forget who you used to make your lies that worked work for you. Don't forget who you stole from. Don't forget mom. And don't forget dad. Also, get help.